Tonight brings an opportunity for the Falmouth Commodores to get back into the win column. It comes at Eldredge Park, whereas the Doors take on the Orleans Firebirds for the third time this season and the first time in Orleans. Hi, everybody. Along with Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. So happy you're with us tonight for the Doors and Birds. Logan, the last time we saw Falmouth in action was last night against Yarmouth Dennis, and yet again, the Bats went silent against the Red Sox, just like what we saw on June 26th.
Hey, they at least got more than one run, but it wasn't in the traditional way. It talked about one run scoring on an error and an RBI ground out. He talked about the Bats taking a little nap. Tonight is the night maybe where they wake up and go back to their three-game win streak habits in which they defeated the Braves and Katuitt in back-to-back nights.
A golden opportunity for the Falmouth Commodores to get back into the swing of things, trailing by 1 point in at 5th place in the Western Division, taking on the 3rd place Orleans Firebirds, who have 21 points. And tonight, Kelly Nicholson sends Ben Shields to the mound, left-handed pitcher out of George Mason. This year he has 13 2/3 innings pitched, giving up 9 hits, 6 runs, 4 of them earned, with 7 walks and 9 strikeouts. In the lineup that he'll be facing tonight starts with Alex Mooney, who's at shortstop leading off. Behind him is Colby Halter. That's usual. He's at third base as they fist bump and say, let's do this. That's their tradition. Peyton Stovall hitting third. He's at second base tonight. Jacob Walsh hitting cleanup over at first base. Designated hitting is Jace Borfin. He's hitting 5th. Behind him is Andrew Pinckney, the center fielder out of Alabama. Hitting 7th is Jacob Cozart, the catcher out of NC State. Luke Boyer's hitting 8th. He's in right field out of TCU. And rounding out the Commodore order is a new name, Travis Chestnut, left fielder out of Texas A&M. As Mooney steps into the right-handed batter's box, a lefty on righty matchup. Shields has his first sign, and he kicks and fires the first pitch. Fastball swung on, hit out to right center field. Moving to his left is the center fielder Travis Honeyman, who makes the snag for the first out. So 1 pitch, 1 gone as Halter steps up.
Oh, you talk about Ben Shields. He had a very strong outing the last time these two clubs met. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 1. Struck out 3, and he did not hit a batter. That was a day where the left-handed pitchers tormented the Commodores.
First pitch came at 6:32. Clear skies and 70 degrees as Halter steps in to the left-handed batter's box. Falmouth in its away blacks tonight. Gray pants, black helmets, and black hats. Orleans in white. White cutoff tops, white pants, along with long red sleeves as the count's now 0-1 on Halter, looking at a fastball in the outer half. Halter trying to figure out where exactly that hit. Conversation with home plate umpire Mike Rabideau. Over at first is John McNulty, and the third base umpire is Tom Ryberge. 0-1 pitch. Off speed, cut on and miss, or cut on and tipped, excuse me. It's now 0-2.
We've seen this the past couple of days. Halter falling behind in counts, especially in his first at-bats, but see if he can bounce back right here.
Now choked up on the bat, stepping back into the left-handed batter's box. Lefty on lefty duel, Peyton Stovall on deck. The 0-2. Fastball too high and inside, ball 1. Right behind this is the road here at Eldredge Park, a stadium that's been here since 1913. So Fenway Park, not the only stadium in Massachusetts that's been hanging around for a while. 1-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncer to the right side, foul. Nice play by Ryan Eiley. Throws it over to the Orleans dugout on the first base side. For the first time in a while, the Falmouth Commodores are hanging out on third base tonight.
I mean, it's good to see. We were able to go inside these dugouts pregame, and these dugouts
They're
are
really nice.
Just as nice, if not nicer, than the Gov.
1-2 the count on Halter. No score in this top half of the first inning with 1 gone. Shields has his sign. Kicks and fires. Breaking ball misses outside. Count even at 2. Let's talk about the Orleans field for a second. Garrett Gillimet's behind the plate, completing the battery with Ben Shields. Around the horn from third to first, Austin Knight, Nick McLear at short, Logan Beard at second. Luke Keeschel is over at first base. We'll get to the outfield in a second, but the 2-2 coming. Fastball. He got him on strikes. Freezes Halter at the knees, and there's 2 gone in the top of the first inning. In the outfield, moving from left to right, Jack Bolger, Travis Honeyman in center, and Isaac Humphrey is in right field. You were saying? I cut you off.
Well, that location right there was absolute pain because you saw the home plate umpire go into a little windup and deliver that strike 3 call. Very fine spot from Shields to get Halter.
So now brings up Stovall, another left-handed batter. He comes out of Arkansas. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, a little bit above the knees for strike one.
He's attacking that inside zone.
Stovall hit .295 with the Razorbacks this season with 6 home runs and 31 RBIs. Went on a tear in Omaha. 0-1 pitch. Going with the off-speed again, and this one's right down Broadway for strike two. Stovall in one of those games in the CWS against Auburn went 5 for 6. It's absolutely dominated the Tigers as Jacob Walsh waits on deck. 0-2 pitch. Fastball too high and away, ball one.
I think we actually caught one of those RBIs at one of our intern parties back in June.
What do you mean?
It was Stovall had an RBI in the College World Series.
Right.
I forget who it was. And we put it on the TV, and I saw him hit an
Oh,
RBI.
yes.
And
Yeah,
like,
that was against Oklahoma State. That's
like,
right.
He's coming to us.
That's right. 1-2 pitch. Fastball and a swing and a bouncer to the left side. McCleary has it at short, picks it up, quickly throws to the first, and he beats Stovall by a step. That is how the top of the first inning ends. So 3 up, 3 down for the Doors. It's now Drew Summers who will come onto the mound for the Commodores. Bottom of the first coming up from Eldredge Park. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We welcome you back to Eldredge Park, where it's no score between the Commodores and Firebirds going into the bottom half of the first inning. Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge to my right. I'm Trey Redfield here for a beautiful night in Orleans, Massachusetts. So many fans lined up on the hill over to our right side. It's where most of the berm is. You know, we have a couple over here on the left side, but a lot of fans filling up the right side here at Eldredge Park. On the mound tonight for the Commodores is Drew Summers, left-handed pitcher out of Arizona, making the move there from Central Arizona, where his junior college won the NJCAA National Championship this past summer. He's 9 innings pitched this season, giving up 2 hits and no earned runs, walking only 1 guy and having 12 strikeouts. 9 of them came on June 30th against the Bourne Braves when he made his first start of the season. Let's find out if he can do something very similar against the Firebirds.
He made Carter Bainbridge and myself look very good on New England Sports Network with
Yes, he did.
some fine strikeouts.
And Carter and I made him look really good made him sound really good on the Commodores Radio Network because he was that good. He only gave up 1 hit in that game against the Bravos. So a lefty on righty matchup. Summers taking on Honeyman, first pitch. Fastball, a little too high, ball 1. Honeyman's in center field tonight for the Firebirds. Behind him is Austin Knight, the third baseman out of Charlotte. Luke Keishel's hitting third. Kevin Sim in the cleanup spot. Isaac Humphrey hitting 5th. Jack Bolger hitting 6th. Behind Bolger is Logan Beard. Garrett Gillimet hitting 8th. And rounding up the order is Mike McLeary. As the 1-0 comes in, it's knee level. Another fastball. It's strike 1, count even.
Well, this is a kid you can't mess around against. I mentioned it in the open. You got to attack. 339 coming into today. 3 home runs, 6 runs driven in, 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. Vast majority of this work was in the leadoff spot.
339 on Cape Cod. That's the best in the league this year. 1-1 pitch. Swinging a shot to the right side, foul over the top of the Orleans dugout on the first base side, bouncing off the screen. It's now 1-2. Honeyman is making his first appearance back from laryngitis. He missed 3 games and now he's back in the lineup. So good to see him, one of Cape Cod's best this season, back for the Birds.
Love seeing good players no matter what team they're on.
Exactly. Drew Summers is working from the stretch. Has his sign, has his left foot out farther from his right foot. 1-2 pitch. Another fastball, and it misses just a bit outside. Jacob Kozar was about to throw it around the horn. But Mike Rabideau says, just throw it back to your pitcher. It's now 2-2. So no one gone in this bottom half of the first inning. No score between the Doors and Birds. Honeyman steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Comes set as he gets it from Kozar. And deals a 2-2. Another fastball. That sounded like a broken bat. And Honeyman realizes it. It's a foul ball to the right side. So we'll do the 2-2 again.
Right where the knob and the barrel meet, right in the middle. He grabbed and said, yep, this thing's broken. Give me another one.
So Honeyman gets a new set of lumber. He steps back into the right-handed batter's box, going around the Falmouth defense. Behind the plate is Jacob Kozart at first, Jacob Walsh, Peyton Stovall second base. Colby Halter's playing third base tonight, Alex Mooney over at shortstop. The outfield from left to right, Travis Chestnut, Andrew Pinckney, and Luke Boyers. Count is even on Travis Honeyman. No one gone in this bottom half of the first inning. And no score either between Falmouth and Orleans. Drew Summers looking to get off to a good start here. Has his sign from the stretch, kicks and fires. Lost control of the slider there, goes high and away, and the count is full.
Well, 6-pitch at bat here. Honeyman knows what he's doing, did his homework, shows the ability to lay off with 2 strikes. That makes a very, very dangerous hitter.
Comes out of Boston College, where he hit .329 this past season with the Eagles. Went 54 for 164 at the plate. Summers comes set. Payoff pitch. Fastball, swinging a shot to the right side, foul. Do the 3-2 again.
This is a very good at bat, and he spoiled a lot of pitches. Every pitch he's fouled off, they've been fastballs, and he was a little late on them. So you got to be careful, especially if you throw him a breaking ball here. You might get on time. If it's a strike.
If it's a strike. If not, Honeyman gets a free pass to first base. 3-2 to count. Summers with another payoff. Swinging a bouncer to the left side. Halter picks it up at third base. Takes a couple of seconds, throws it over to first, and beats Honeyman by a step. So Drew Summers wins the battle. There is one gone in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Falmouth and Orleans.
Well, it feels like with those at-bats, usually they're destined to either end in ball 4 or strike 3, but we'll take that any day of the week, especially when you have a pitch or an at-bat that takes 8 pitches to get the job done.
So Summers wins that first battle. Second one comes against Austin Knight, third baseman out of Charlotte. It's last year's Conference USA Player of the Year. Hitting over 350 with the 49ers. First pitch. Slider that pops out of the glove of Kozart, misses inside, ball 1.
They did not see Knight in the doubleheader that took place at the end of week 1.
That's one of 3 players in the lineup. Knight's one of them, Jack Bolger another, and Logan Beard the last one. The 1-0. Fastball on the outer half, but just misses. Now 2-0. Set up on the third base side for the first time in a little bit. Battling the sun here at Eldredge Park. Hardly any skies here on the eastern side of Cape Cod. Austin Knight calls time as there were some bugs that were in his face. Tries to wipe him out of his way in the right-handed batter's box and steps back into that right-handed batter's box. He's ahead 2-0 with 1 gone. Bottom first, no score between the Doors and Birds. 2-0. Fastball, that one finds his own. Strike 1.
I know he didn't get the call with that pitch prior to that one on the 1-0 count, but that's the kind of miss you'll take because then you move it about half an inch over from the strike zone.
All it takes is one sometimes. It's like in Battleship. You just keep going after it. Keep going around and then find it. It just keeps on coming. 2-1 pitch. Another fastball and a swing and a nub to the left side. Over the head of Mooney and down for a base hit. Andrew Pinckney picks it up in left center field, throws it back into the infield. as Austin Knight has the first base hit of the evening for Orleans and for the game.
Well, as a left or a right-handed hitter, in any sort of approach, you're taught to go the other way, but if you can find a gap, so be it. Now the Commodores are looking for that double play ball.
Falmouth has turned a lot of them this season. Now it's Luke Keischel, first baseman out of San Francisco. He's playing first base tonight, but he was the everyday shortstop with the Dons this season in the West Coast Conference. Lefty on righty matchup. Knight has his lead off first base. First pitch from Summers. Slider misses outside, ball one. Keischel has struck out 23 times this season. That's tied for the team lead with the guy that's on deck in Kevin Sim.
On good hitters, that's going to happen sometimes. Just swinging for pitches. Hitting .321 with 3 home runs this year. He's doing something right.
He hit .305 at USF this season. So 1-0 comes in, and it's right down the pipe for strike one. So Knight on first base. He's the first base runner today. And a 0-0 ball game between Falmouth and Orleans. Bottom first, one gone, count even at 1. So one's all across the board here at Eldredge Park, just except in the runs category. 1-1. Slider misses low and away, ball two. Tell you what, Logan, this sun is a beast, and we're going to be dealing with this all night. Well, until night comes, I guess.
It's a very pleasant sight to see where the sun is setting down the first base line. An absolute huge crowd on a very iconic part of Eldredge Park, that birch out there.
Yes, it is. That's loaded up every night. Next pitch, swinging to the right side. That one goes fouling out of play.
And they got some souvenirs right there.
Yes, they do. There's a lot of heads up that comes over there, I bet.
I was told by one of the Orleans broadcasters that people get here as early as 9 a.m. just to lay down their towels, leave the ballpark, and then come back for first pitch just so they can get a good spot.
You and I were surprised when we were like, don't they get stolen sometimes? But nope.
Unwritten rule.
Just a pleasantry of Cape Cod. 2-2 to count. 1 on, 1 gone. Bottom first, no score. Summers with the 2-2. Swinging a hit to the right side, fouling out of play. So another one going foul over to that right side. We'll do the 2-2 again. It's Austin Knight that leads off first. He got himself a single into left center field. And it's up to Luke Keischel to bring him around. Steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Swings the bat a couple of times, and now it's on his back shoulder. Summers comes set, peeks over at first base. Kicks and fires at 2-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Drew Summers has his first strikeout on the evening. There's 2 gone in the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Doors and Birds.
We talked about attacking those top 3 hitters. That at bat came on 6 pitches. Sometimes it just goes that way.
So the pitch count going up for Summers right now, but he still is 1 out away from closing out the first inning. Now brings up Kevin Sim, the leadoff man out of San Diego. Torero hit .292 this season with 12 home runs and 57 RBIs, earning him a first-team spot in the All-West Coast Conference. First pitch. Fastball down the pipe, strike 1.
And this kid has been having a very fine past couple of weeks. Don't let that 230 average on Cape Cod deceive you, but he's been building that stock up a little bit. 4 home runs, eligible in 2023. As you mentioned, he has tied with his teammate Keischel with 23 strikeouts for the team high, though.
He has 7 RBIs on the season as well. 0-1. Swinging a shot up the middle and through for a base hit. Pinckney picks it up in center field as Knight goes over to second base. Sim has himself a base hit to start off tonight.
Nearly
lost
took
that
out
in the sun for a second.
He nearly took out one of the field umpires on that ground ball. Love to see the exit velo on that one. It was very fascinating on 4th of July how we were told the exit velocity on Andrew Pinckney's moonshot home run. See if we can get that stat on that rocket of a base hit from Kevin Sim.
Now brings up Isaac Humphrey. He's one of the 2 Louisville Cardinals in his lineup. The other is Logan Beard, who was in the hole. Lefty on lefty duel, 2 on, 2 gone in this bottom half of the first inning. No score between Falmouth and Orleans. Time is called by Jacob Kozar. So Summers reset. Steps back on the mound. Still working from the stretch like he does with no one gone, but with no one on, but there's 2 on right now. Knight on second, Sim on first. Summers looks back at second, kicks and fires first pitch. Fastball, belt level, strike 1. Humphrey's in right field tonight. Spent some of his time there at Louisville this season, where he didn't play in 2021, but didn't have a bad year with the Cardinals this season, hitting .328 with 38 RBIs. The 0-1. Fastball, bouncer to the left side, foul, and that was another broken bat, Logan.
Well, I saw this a lot when Braden Taylor was at third base back when he was with the squad before joining Team USA. Even if they're foul balls, they're not afraid to fire over to first. Colby Halter was ready to track that thing down, and he saw it was foul, but he's got the cannon. He could test it over there at first.
It's like in other sports, there's no whistle in baseball, but you hear people say play until the whistle blows.
Oh, absolutely.
In baseball, it's play until you hear strike 3 or foul ball or something like that. 2 on, 2 gone. 0-2 the count on Humphrey. No score between the Doors and Birds. Summers has his sign. Looks over at first base, now peeks back at second. Another peek at second again. Kicks and fires. Slider. He got him on strikes. That's Summers' second strikeout on the evening, and it closes out the first inning. Still no score here at Eldredge Park as we head into the top of the second. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Back here at Eldredge Park, no score between the Commodores and Firebirds as we head into the top of the second inning. Jacob Walsh, Jace Borfin, and Andrew Pinckney due up for the Doors. And it starts with Walsh wearing the number 34 tonight. He wears number 33, but we were told that he lost his jersey, so he's wearing David Ortiz's old number tonight, as he did with the Boston Red Sox. Ben Shields' second inning of work, and it starts with a swing and a miss for strike 1.
Ryan Eiley was very vocal about that in pregame, too. So just FYI, Walsh is wearing 34 today.
Yep.
And watch him go 4 for 4.
Jeff Trundy also told us, too, just to make sure. Lefty on lefty matchup, 0-1 pitch. Going with that slider yet again. And it misses inside for ball 1. So the count even on Walsh, the Oregon Duck, who hit .295 this season in his freshman year. Shields working from the windup. Kicks and fires to 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Walsh has 4 home runs this season. That's tied for second in the CCBL. Starting to figure things out here on Cape Cod. Shields with the 1-2. Fastball, that's some chin music right there. Brings Walsh down, has to step out of the left-handed batter's box for a second.
Caught his breath for a minute, said, oh.
My goodness, my legs be shaking if I had to see that and step back into the box. Nothing like some chin music, man. 2-2 the count. No one gone. Top second. No score. Shields kicks and fires. Slider low and away, count full.
First full count we've seen from Shields today. Comes on the fourth batter he sees.
Walsh back in the left-handed batter's box. Shields with his glove up, has his sign. Kicks and fires the payoff pitch. Fastball, low and away, ball 4. Walsh wins the war.
Yeah, we talked about it the past couple of days how leadoff walks never do anything good for the pitcher. Let's see if we can continue that trend, but in our favor as Jace Borfin steps up.
The Arkansas Razorback, who's 2 for 7 this season. Last year had 5 home runs and 19 RBIs with Falmouth. Another lefty-on-lefty duel as Walsh hangs out on first base. First pitch to Jace. Swinging a fly ball right side, in right center field. Moving to his left is Honeyman, and he makes the grab for the first out here in the top of the second. Walsh gets back to first safely, and now brings up Andrew Pinckney.
Well, sometimes, partner, you got to hold your breath at this ballpark. 314 to right, 300 to left, 350 to left center, 359 to right, and 434 to dead center field.
So we have a little bit of everything here. We have a short porch at Yankee Stadium. We have a dimension.
Triples alley out in center field.
Yeah, we have triples alley in center field. We have 434, which was in center field at Minute Maid Park before they took off. What was it, Towles Hill or something like that? First pitch to Andrew Pinckney. Fastball outside, ball 1. Then you have 300 to left field. I'm trying to think of something similar to that, but the closest I can get to is 302 to Fenway Park and right. It's all over the place here at Eldredge Park. Walsh on first. The 1-0. Too low, ball 2.
Pinckney has just walked 2 times this year. Been very selective with his pitches in the batter's box these past couple of games. Had that multi-home run at Katuitt.
He had a run scored last night. 1 of 2 runs scored by the Doors yesterday. Next pitch to him misses outside. It's now 3-0 on Pinckney. With the Crimson Tide this year, he hit .303 with 7 home runs, had 17 extra base hits. He got better as the season went along. So, yeah, he was dominating in the SEC, leading a couple of categories. Hitting 192 on Cape Cod. 3-0 pitch. Just gets above the knees, strike 1.
With our home plate umpire today, Mike Robidoux, Pinckney looked back and said, "What's it going to be?" That's a nice lengthy call, yeah, strike 1.
That's how it's been. That's why we take a little bit to tell you. Walsh on first, 3-1. Fastball and a swing and a shot to the left side. Moving over to his left is Bolger, and he watches it fly. I'll tell you what, 300 Pete sneaks up on you, and Andrew Pinckney hits it out of the ballpark. It's 2-0 Doors with 1 gone in the top of the second.
Well, stay hot, 24. I'm telling you, that thing snuck up on everybody. We were just talking about the dimensions. It's almost like he heard us with the on-deck circle right in front of us. Said, hey, watch this, 2-0 Doors.
So it brings in Walsh, and Pinckney takes a trip down the Falmouth Tunnel. You may be wondering how you get a ticket down that tunnel. Well, you have to be on the Commodores 1, and 2, you have to hit a home run. So now it's Jacob Kozar, left-handed batter, taking on the left-handed pitcher Shields. First pitch to Cozy. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Did I hear this correct the other day when we were playing Katuitt, that Katuitt and Falmouth are at the top of the leaderboards for home runs?
Yes, you heard that right. Carter Bainbridge had that epic stat. 0-1. Fastball and a swing and a pop-up, foul and out of play. So it's now 0-2 on the NC State catcher, where he started in 42 games as a freshman. Asked him why he chose NC State. He loved head coach Elliot Navin and a great catching coaching staff over there in Raleigh. The 0-2. Swing and a bouncer to the right side, foul. We'll do the 0-2 again.
That home run from Pinckney just put us back in first place with the home run ball.
Did it really?
Number 18 on the year for the Doors.
Where's Katuitt at?
Breaking the tie from 17.
Ah, okay. Last time we checked, Katuitt was trailing 5-0 at Lowell Park.
Ooh.
0-2 pitch. That's some high cheese and some chin music yet again. We saw with Walsh, and now we see it with Kozart. It's 1-2 now.
Well, something we like seeing right now is the fact that these Doors aren't afraid to attack the left-hander Shields. It was a very different ball game at the end of week 1.
One on, no one gone. 2-0 your score in the top of the second. 1-2 the Kozart. Swinging a flare out into center field. Honeyman comes in, has a beat, and makes the grab for the second out. So Kozart flies out to center field in his first at-bat, and there's 2 gone with Falmouth up by 2 in this top half. Now brings up Luke Boyers, who's a Big 12 honorable mention this past season with the TCU Horned Frogs, hitting .250 with 6 home runs and 37 RBIs. Boyers a switch hitter, so with a lefty shields, Boyers is in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch, misses high and just a bit outside for ball 1.
What did Boyers tell you yesterday when you asked about his favorite batting stance?
Or his batting, the spot. Oh, it was. Well, let me tell you that in a sec, because he's just swung the bat and hit it into center field for a base hit. So Boyers is the 3rd base runner today for the Commodores. But what did he tell me? I think it was right. It was a righty. He liked the right-handed batter's box. But he also told me that he likes to hit in the lower parts of the order too. 7th and 8th is where he likes it, and he's now on first base. And now here's Travis Chestnut, making his Commodore debut in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch, swinging a bouncer over to the left side. McLeary picks it up, throws it sidearm the first, and he beats Chestnut by a step. That's how the top of the second ends, but not before Andrew Pinckney has himself a 2-run blast. He's now 6 for 10 versus left-handed pitchers on the season. Bottom half coming up. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Welcome you back to Eldredge Park, where the Commodores just got on the scoreboard. They lead 2-0 against the Orleans Firebirds. It's now Jack Bolger that steps into the right-handed batter's box to lead things off for Orleans. Drew Summers on for his 2nd inning of work. So a lefty on righty matchup. As Summers steps on the rubber, he's working from the stretch, even with nobody on. Kicks and fires with the first pitch. Fastball at the letters for strike 1. Bolger's in left field tonight, comes out of Vanderbilt, where he spent most of his days behind the plate with the Vanderbilt Commodores, not the Falmouth Commodores. Sitting 171 on the season in Orleans. The 0-1. Slider swinging a shot up the middle and through for a base hit. Jack Bolger is aboard with a leadoff single. And that's now Orleans' 3rd hit on the evening.
I don't know if it's necessarily that breaking ball location, but right-handed hitters have been sitting on that back foot and just driving it into harmless locations up the middle, right by the 6 hole. But, hey, 3 singles. Just got to work around it if you're Drew Summers.
When Bolger had his first swing of the bat at Vanderbilt, it was a little bit different from what he just had just now. His first swing at Vandy, he fouled a ball off his face. He called it his welcome to Vanderbilt moment. First pitch to Logan Beard misses outside, ball 1. One of the other Louisville Cardinals on this team. The other is Isaac Humphrey. Both Humphrey and Beard did not play in 2021. But something they both did, hit over 300 this season with the Cardinals. The 1-0. Fastball and a swing and a foul ball to the right side out of play. It's now 1-1. Beard hit .310 with Louisville. Gives his dad a lot of credit for being where he is today at the college level playing in the ACC.
When you're hitting .310, you're doing something right as a father.
That's a fact. Bulls are on first. No one gone, 1-1 the count, 2-0 your score, Doors in front. Summers looks back at first base and fires. Slider swinging a grounder to the right side, another one foul ball. It's now 1-2.
Oh, I think the kid broke the rule there, came around the fence and got the ball, but hey, find a way to get a foul ball.
Do what you got to do.
Lot of ones going over there.
He wasn't the only one. There were 3 more that followed him. It seems like the kid who always gets the ball is the one that gets in trouble.
They know what they're doing over there.
They know what they're doing.
They really do.
Probably an Orleans native over there, that guy. 1-2. Fastball, and he got him on strikes. Summers freezes Beard. That's his 3rd strikeout on the evening. There is 1 gone in the bottom of the 2nd inning with a man on first. 2-0, here's your score. Falmouth in front of Orleans.
That's the 2nd strikeout in a row where he got the batter looking. Very fine paint job, if you will, if you're Drew Summers.
Here's Garrett Gilliman. Lefty on righty matchup. Former USC Trojan, now turned Texas Longhorn, is in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch to him. Swinging a grounder to the left side and through the hole between 3rd and short for another base hit. That's Orleans' 4th hit on the evening. This one comes from Gilliman as Bulger goes over to second base. So 2 on and 1 gone in this bottom half of the 2nd inning. It's now Nick McCleary who comes up and serves as the go-ahead run.
Boy, they are just finding weird spots in the infield that nobody is and just punching singles into the outfield. I mean, sometimes that's all it takes.
I think you had the best word to describe it. Harmless spots.
Yeah.
Harmless. It's a good adjective there, partner.
You got to be careful and not have a harmful location here, as you talked about him being the go-ahead run in the early parts of this game.
It's McCleary at the plate. Another lefty on righty duel. First pitch. Fastball misses outside. Ball 1. McCleary's at shortstop today. These two will be teammates next year. McCleary comes out of the University of Arizona in Tucson. Summers transferring there, announcing that a couple weeks back. 2 on, 1 gone in this bottom half of the 2nd. Doors up 2. 1-0 the count of McCleary. The pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Count even.
Oh, he tried to do it right there, didn't he? Swung for the fences, if you will.
You feel that swing from here. 1-1. 1 gone, bottom 2nd, 2 men on. It's Bulger on second base, Gilliman on first. Summers awaits his sign from Cozart and finally has it. Comes set, looks back at second, kicks and fires. Fastball swinging a pop-up right side, foul and out of play, now 1-2. That one going all the way to the top of the hill. It's always so funny to see it, especially here at Eldredge Park, because it's mainly all chairs and towels. Everyone just gets up and sprints.
No bleachers here. There's 3 rows right by the press box, but 98% of this ballpark is that little perch of grass with the chairs and the towels.
Travis Honeyman is on deck. 2 on, 1 gone, bottom 2nd. Summers with the 1-2. Fastball misses outside, count even again, this time at 2.
Well, if you're Summers right here, you're thinking, hey, this kid's batting under 100, but then again, he is here for a reason. You just got to be careful. McCleary does have 1 run driven in, but he has walked 3 times.
He also hit .265 with the Wildcats this season, hit .235 in the postseason at Arizona. 2 on, 1 gone. 2-2 pitch. Runners go, slider misses outside. Cozart's throw down to third, not in time. Bulger slides into third base safely, scorpioning in the process. His legs were up above his head, but he gets into third base safely. Now 3-2 the count. Staying over at first base is Gilliman. So now runners at the corners in this bottom half of the 2nd inning with 1 gone. Falmouth leading Orleans 2-0.
And Cozart and Summers are actually frustrated because the pitch that was delivered before the throw, they thought it was strike 3, but instead the counts were on full.
Still a double play opportunity in the infield for the Commodores. Middle infielders set up that way. Mooney and Stovall cheating that second base bag. Gilliman on first, Bolger on third. Payoff pitch with one gone. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeout number 4 on the evening for Summers. 2 gone with runners at the corners in the bottom of the second.
Well, he said, all right, let me try it this time, and got him swinging. So clearly a pitch that McClary liked, but a pitch that Summers liked even more as he elected to go to that with a full count.
Now brings up Travis Honeyman.
Ooh.
Yeah, ooh. Came into tonight hitting .339. CCBL best. Comes up with Bolger on third, Gilliman on first. Lefty on righty matchup. Infield back to a normal depth after the middle infielders Mooney and Stovall were cheating second, trying to turn a double play. First pitch to Honeyman. Fastball, cut on and fouled back, 0-1.
Well, here he goes again with those foul balls.
Yeah.
Had 3 of them in his first at bat, which led off the game for the Firebirds.
Mike Rabideau is going to come to a point early in this game and says, hey, I need more balls. Because they're all fouled back and kids have them.
Oh, these ball boys would love to stay busy.
0-1 the count on Honeyman. Serves as the go-ahead run. His team trailing the Commodores 2-0. 0-1 pitch. Swinging a foul back onto the screen over to the right side. Now 0-2.
Well, now Summers has to utilize the lefty-on-lefty, the lefty-on-righty matchup. See where he can go, where he'll get Honeyman to chase.
In the last bottom half, Summers got out of a jam that had 2 runners on. Looking to do the same thing here in the second. Commodores 2, Firebirds nothing. Runners at the corners, 0-2 the count with 2 gone. Honeyman back in the right-handed batter's box. Puts his bat back on his shoulder as Summers comes set. Kicks and fires. Misses outside, 1-2.
And that's okay, because he was ahead in the count, 0-2. So let me try this, didn't work. Get back on that mound and see what you can do now.
It's a risk that you can afford. As Summers is off the mound, now puts his left foot back on the rubber. Honeyman back into the right-handed batter's box. It's as close as you can possibly can to home plate on that shock in that righty box. That's where Honeyman stands right now with an open stance. Runners at the corners, 2 gone, 1-2 the count. Summers deals. Fastball, swinging a bouncer over at shortstop. Mooney picks it up, throws it over to second to get the easy out, and Summers gets out of the jam yet again. Falmouth still leads 2-0, and the top of the order is due up for the doors. Mooney, Halter, and Stovall when we come back for the top of the third. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Well, welcome back to Eldredge Park. Carter Bainbridge here as we head into the top of the third inning. And guys, the Firebirds have been led and paced on the offensive side by outfielder Travis Honeyman, who just made the out that ended the bottom of the second. He's in center today and just played his first game back after missing 3 games with an illness, but entering the day still sat at second in the entire Cape League in both average with .339 mark and in doubles with 6. The gaudy production is just more of the same in summer ball for this Boston College Eagle. He won a batting title in the New England Collegiate Baseball League last summer after hitting .430 in 30 games for the Ocean State Waves. Guys?
Well, Carter, last time I checked, .430 is pretty darn good. Alex Mooney trying to get up to that batting average total. We're at the midway point of the season here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. He and the rest of the Commodores are up 2-0 on the Orleans Firebirds. That was Carter Bainbridge. To my right is Logan Safarenko. I'm Trey Redfield. So glad you're with us as the sun is beginning its setting process here in Orleans.
We're thankful for that.
Yeah, especially me without the sunglasses. Mooney in the right-handed batter's box. Ben Shields on for his third inning of work as the southpaw deals. Slider outside, ball one. Mooney flew out to center field on the very first pitch of the game. Saw a good piece of contact, but Honeyman was there to make the grab in left center field. The 1-0. Fastball, just a little bit above the knees and enough for strike one.
Boy, I know Mooney's a leadoff hitter, but boy, he does it a lot. That just seems that's the way that the game usually goes. Leading off this inning, he does it like 2 or 3 times, it feels like, per game.
Yesterday, he celebrated his 20th birthday. The 1-1. Curveball swung on, hit to the left side, and threw for a base hit up the middle. It was in the gap between shortstop and second base. Got out to the center field grass, and Mooney is aboard for the first time today. A single, a leadoff single, that is, in the top of the third inning.
He did exactly what Orleans was doing. They were sitting on breaking balls with their back foot and just driving it up the middle or in that 6-hole area. And that's how you do it, partner. Lead off the inning strong. See what Halter's got in the tank.
Colby Halter went down looking on a 2-2 count in the first. Trying to move Mooney around as he steps back over to first base. First pickoff attempt from Ben Shields today. There's nothing doing. Halter playing third base tonight for the Commodores. Steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Puts his bat on his left shoulder. Lefty on lefty duel. First pitch to Colby. Swinging a drive to right field. Looking up is Humphrey, and he's going to watch it fly right out of here. Over the fence it goes. She's gone. One pitch, one blast for Colby Halter, and Falmouth doubles its lead. It's now 4-0 Doors over the Birds with no one gone in the top of the third.
Oh, man, you knew it. The second you heard it off the bat, that thing was gone. And who needs a pickoff move when he's going to score anyway via a long ball?
That's just what they do. That's the 1-2 punch right there between Alex Mooney and Colby Halter. They got a great connection, those two. Something that Mooney told us as a pregame ritual. He always fist bumps Colby Halter right before he goes up. He says, let's do this. Well, they just did as Peyton Stowball bounces one to the right side, picked up by the first baseman Luke Keischel. Taps on first base, and that's the first out in the top of the third inning.
Boy, give some credit to this offense. So different when it comes to the approach against left-handed pitching. 4 runs already. Keep it rolling here. We talk about it the whole season. Just keep scoring runs throughout the game, not just in patches or one patch.
So now it's Jacob Walsh. We've only seen 4 pitches in this top of the third inning, and the Commodores already have a 2 spot in it. Up 4-0 on the Firebirds. First pitch to Walsh. Curveball that finds the other half, strike one.
You think he gets one here?
I don't want to jinx him. I'm going to hold my answer into my head. And I'll let you know if I told you so or not, mentally. Swinging a tip into the glove of Garrett Gilliman, now 0-2 on Walsh. Don't really know how ethical it is for me to say he's going to do something when I'm the one calling the game.
Oh, absolutely.
The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Walsh goes down swinging. There's 2 gone in this top half of the third inning. Doors up 4-0 on the Birds. I'm going to be honest, I thought he was going to go yard.
Oh, it's just the way this game's
I
been going.
just had a feeling. You know, you just have that feeling.
And speaking of going yard, where we're set up today, we got the on-deck circle right in front of us. The man who hit the first home run today, Andrew Pinckney, on deck.
Waves back at us. Hey, Andrew. First pitch to Jace Borfin. Finds his own knee level, strike 1. And that one snuck out of there, too. You know, it's 300 to left field, and it's kind of tough to see with the sun as well. Definitely beat me. 0-1 to Jace Borfin. Fastball and a swing and a grounder to the left side. It gets through on the third base side, just over the glove of Austin Knight. And it's a base hit for Jace Borfin. He's now 1 for 2 on the evening.
And they indeed do rule out a base hit, and that's
how
you keep an inning rolling. It's called 2-out hitting. Saw that at the beginning of last week against the Wareham Gatemen.
So now brings up Pinckney. Hopefully his wave back to us would be good luck. He already has a 2-run home run today. First pitch spiked in the dirt and misses the cleats, and it goes all the way to the backstop. Gilmet couldn't scoop it up, and going over to second on the wild pitch is Borfin. So all it takes is one bloop single from Pinckney as the outfield's all the way back to the fence, especially the left fielder Bolsher, who doesn't really have much of an option because it's 300 feet to left field. But as I mentioned, just one flare, but not the case anymore.
Did they just intentionally
They did.
walk him?
Kelly
They did.
Nicholson just
They did.
threw up the 4 to Mike Rabideau, moving Pinckney over to first base, and it now brings up Jacob Kozar. Not a bad decision there, knowing Pinckney is a hot bat right now.
I mean, hey, if you're Cozart right here, just say, make him pay. Say, I want to take this personally and just get something in the outfield. Keep the inning rolling.
Kozar 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center field. Comes up with 2 on and 2 gone. First pitch. Breaking ball, swing and a miss that brings Kozar to his left knee in the left-handed batter's box. He's now 0-1 on the NC State catcher. Kozar comes from an athletic family. Both of his parents played sports at Central Florida. Shields looks back at second. Kicks and fires to the 0-1. Goes to the breaking ball again, but this one's misses low and away, and the count is now even at 1.
Well, Cozart almost had a home run this year, and that was against the Wareham Gatemen in the late parts of the game, but he has some pop to that bat.
Luke Boyer's on deck. 2 on, 2 gone. The 1-1. Misses inside. Kozart turned his back to avoid getting hit. It's now 2-1. I got to say, that's something I love about hitters. They're so disciplined. They don't leave the batter's box unless they really, really, really have to. Kozart stayed in. Knew if he was going to wear it, he was just going to.
They got ice.
They got ice. They do. Indeed, they do. 2-1. Just at the knees for strike 2. Kozart trying to figure out where exactly that hit in the zone.
It didn't. That's not the pitch you take where you want to swing at with it when you're heading the count 2-1.
Borfin on second. Pinckney on first. 2 outs in his top half of the third inning, and Falmouth leads Orleans 4-0. Righty on lefty matchup. Kozart swinging his back around. Now puts it up on his shoulder as Shields comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. So Falmouth still extends its lead thanks to Colby Halter hitting a 2-run home run into right center field. The Commodores lead the Firebirds by a score of 4-0 as we head into the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. lead has ballooned to 4 for the Commodores. They lead 4-0 to the Orleans Firebirds as we head into the bottom of the third inning with Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield as Drew Summers is on for his third inning of work. It starts with Austin Knight, who's 1 for 1 today with a single. It's a lefty on righty matchup as the sun starts to set a little bit more over to our right side at Eldredge Park. First pitch from Drew. Slider low and in, ball 1.
Here's what Drew needs. A quick inning. First inning, he saw 5 batters. Second inning, he saw 5 batters.
And in both of those innings, he got out of jams that featured 2 runners on base.
Hey, if he gets out of it, fantastic.
Take what you can get up 4-0.
Yeah.
1-0. Fastball, high and outside, now 2-0. Summers is heading to Arizona this season. Spent last year at Central Arizona where he won an NJCAA National Championship. It's what they call a hashtag JUCO product. The 2-0. Fastball, swinging a bouncer to the left side, foul. Halter picks it up in foul territory. And it's now 2-1. Knight comes out of Charlotte, where he hit .249 on the season with 8 home runs and 34 RBIs. He also had 34 walks. Knight back in the right-handed batter's box. Summers has his sign, working from the stretch. 2-1. Fastball, swinging a bouncer yet again on the left side, this one in fair territory. Halter picks it up, throws it over to first in time, beating Knight by a couple of steps.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
1 gone in the bottom of the third inning. We talked about how Katuitt was getting crushed in Lowell Park. It's getting crushed even more, losing 12-5 to Bourne in the bottom of the 7th inning. Commodore fans love to hear that.
Nice.
So does Logan, too.
I do. I, in case the fans were wondering, I've been absent the past couple of days. I get to actually
witness.
I get to witness some Katuitt losing with the crew again.
Here's Luke Keishel, another right-handed batter taking on Summers. First pitch from Summers. Swinging a pop-up foul behind the press box, directly behind home plate. It's now 0-1.
I talked about how a lot of batters we've seen Summers face, 5 in the first, 5 in the second. In both those innings, he retired the leadoff batter.
Keishel is 0 for 1 today. Went down swinging on a 2-2 count. Lefty on righty matchup. The 0-1. Slider cut on and miss for strike 2. That may have been the nastiest fastball, or excuse me, slider that we've seen from Summers today.
Oh, absolutely. We saw a lot of those sliders getting driven up the middle for base hits. Nice little touch there.
Keishel leads the team in strikeouts with 24, trying to avoid 25 right here. 0-2 the count, no one on, 1 gone. Commodores lead the Firebirds 4-0 in the bottom of the third inning here at Eldredge Park. Summers comes set. Kicks and fires. Fastball outside, 1-2. Firebirds sitting at 9-10-3 on the season with 21 points. That's good enough for third in the East. Falmouth 8-12-2 with 18 points. That's last in the Western Division, but just by a point though, behind the Wareham Gatemen. 1-2 pitch. Slider and a swing and a line drive that's down for a base hit in left center field, just getting over the head of Mooney. So it's a base hit for Luke Keishel. Lean's 5th hit on the evening, and it now brings up Kevin Sim, who had himself a single in the first.
Boy, those singles, man.
They're
literally
just
falling.
missing the gloves. They're, like you said, harmless spots.
You got to be careful with Sim here. Sim had a home run the last time these two clubs squared off, but got that 4-0 lead. Talked about in the open. Give Summers some run support.
First pitch. Slider low and away, ball 1. Sim has a funky stance. He has his left foot that's more in than his right foot as he's in the right-handed batter's box. He comes in, taps on the plate, swings his bat around, does a little shimmy as well. Summers comes set with a man on first and 1 gone. Kicks and fires. Fastball too low and inside as well. 2-0 now.
His swing.
But you see it too, right? Like
oh,
you
absolutely.
see it.
It's so fast, though. His actual swing when he barrels up a ball is very impressive. He uses a lot of his hips, and you always talk about a right-handed batter using that right hand, the top hand, to drive the ball. He does that very well in his swing. That scouts are noticing it.
His first team all West Coast Conference with San Diego this season. As the runner goes on the 2-0, misses outside. Throw down the second, not in time. So 3-0 is the count at the plate, and over at second base is Luke Keishel with a stolen base.
Now, Keishel did swipe that bag, but give credit right there to Peyton Stovall for making a very fine pick to not let that ball get into center field and perhaps give Keishel an extra base.
So now there's a man on second. It's Keishel. He's the only guy on base right now. 1 gone, 4-0 your score. Doors in front of the Birds in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Summers comes set. Beeks back at second. Stovall hanging around over there. Pickoff move. Just kidding. Throw was not made by Summers.
You got us?
Just basically telling him, hey, Luke, you better not lead over there too much. I know that you're there. Just be careful, buddy. Just be careful. Lefty on righty matchup. Sim back in the right-handed batter's box. As Summers comes set. Looks back at second. Deals the 3-0. Fastball misses outside. Ball 4. It's Summers' first walk of the evening, and it comes on 4 pitches. So Keishel on second, Sim on first. Isaac Humphrey coming to the plate with 1 gone, and his squad trailing by 4.
Well, we talked about how the first outing we saw where he started, he had a no-hitter going into the 5th inning, but he had all the strikeouts, and it was still scoreless. The tale is a little different right now with all the base hits and him getting around jams created by himself. Let's see if he can continue that trend. It feels like we're in the 5th inning, but we're just in the bottom of the 3rd. Give a lot of credit to Summers if he can keep this inning scoreless.
We've had a lot of quick games so far recently. We were in the 8th inning, and we were only 2 hours and 15 minutes in against the YD Red Sox last night at Gov Fuller Field. First pitch to Isaac Humphrey. Fastball too low. Ball 1. That was a game the Commodores lost by a score of 3-2. Falmouth is now 0-3 against the Yarmouth Dennis this season. The other 2 games came on June 19th. Check that, June 26th, in a Sunday doubleheader. 1-0 the count on Humphrey. Here's the pitch. Fastball swinging a flare to the left side. Mooney calls everyone off, going into the outfield. Moving to his right and makes the grab for the 2nd out. So good read by Alex Mooney off the bat as Humphrey was jammed. And it now brings up Jack Bolger.
We were talking about time of games. The game at Veterans Field where the Falmouth Commodores defeated the Anglers 4-1, the length of that game was faster than both of the Orleans Firebirds doubleheader games.
Really?
Where we played them in that doubleheader, and those games were 7 innings.
I'll tell you what, that put a smile on my face when the Chatham game ended early because it's a 7 o'clock start, and we have an hour, 15-minute drive back to Falmouth. We'll be back there soon, sometime later this month. So Bolger at the plate comes up with 2 on and 2 gone in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Summers turns around, pretends like he's throwing back to second again, but no one's over there. Still waiting the first pitch to Bolger, the Vanderbilt product. Or is what they call the Vandy Boy.
The Vandy Boys.
The Vandy Boys. First pitch to Bolger. Fastball at the knees and up for strike 1.
I believe that's how they are verified on Twitter as well. It's at Vandy Boys.
Yep. It's kind of like with UNC baseball. Their Twitter handle is Diamond Heels. Somewhat similar, but Vanderbilt historically one of the best in the nation. 0-1 the count. 2 on, 2 gone. Summers looks back at second. Kicks and fires. Fastball swinging a bouncer right side foul on top of the first base dugout. It's now 0-2.
Well, if he gets this batter, he will have faced 5 batters in the first 3 innings he has been on the mound for.
And also, this is the 2nd time that Summers is 1 strike away from getting out of a jam that features 2 runners on base. Question that Orleans wants to answer yes with is, will it score runs this time around? 0-2 pitch. Fastball swinging a bouncer to the right side. Stovall scoops it up, diving to his left. Throws over to first. He got him. Drew Summers does it yet again but with the help of Peyton Stovall making a sliding grab at second base to close out the third inning. We go into the top of the fourth inning with Boyers, Chestnut, and Mooney due up here at Eldredge Park. 4-0 your score, Doors in front of the Birds. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So after a great play defensively by Peyton Stovall, we move into the top of the fourth inning where the Commodores lead the Firebirds by a score of 4-0. Ben Shields on for his fourth inning of work, taking on Luke Boyers. The first pitch to him misses high and outside for ball one. Boyers is 1 for 1 on the evening with a single that came on a 1-0 count. It's his second hit of the season. Boyers now 2 for 20 on the year. Shields with the 1-0. Fastball misses outside yet again, 2-0 now. Boyers comes out at TCU. He's playing right field tonight for the Doors. We've seen him all over the outfield this year. Spent most of his time at center field, though, with the Horned Frogs in Fort Worth. 2-0. Fastball and a swing and a ground ball left side over at third base. Picked up by Knight, throws it over to first in time for the first out, beating Boyers by 2 steps.
Well, as Travis Chestnut steps into the batter's box, his first at-bat that we saw for the Falmouth Commodores 2022 season that was back in the second inning, it was a ground out to short, but he almost beat out that throw. Very fine speed down that line.
Chestnut comes from Temple Community College, where he stole 35 bases in 37 attempts. He's now making the move to Texas A&M next season. First pitch to Travis, misses outside, ball one. Stands at just 5 feet and 8 inches, but man, the kid can run. He can also hit, too. He had 11 home runs and 35 RBIs last season with the Leopards. Lefty on righty matchup. No one on, one gone, 4-0 your score, Doors in front. Shields deals, misses outside, ball two. Alex Mooney's on deck. He's 1 for 2 on the evening. Actually stands right in front of us. We're set up on the third base side. The Commodores in the third base dugout for the first time in a while. The 2-0. Fastball and a swing and a line drive to right field. Humphrey moves to his right and makes the grab for the second out. So now 2 away in this top half of the fourth inning. The Commodores leading the Firebirds by a score of 4-0. So we go back to the top of the order for the third time tonight. Begins with Mooney.
A little jammed on that one, but a good swing, but not necessarily as jam as it goes in the little pop-up, but that was on the barrel. That would have been trouble.
As Kelly Nicholson comes out of the first base dugout to talk things over, and I believe, partner, this is the end of Ben Shields' night. Some activity over there in the right center field bullpen for Orleans, and indeed is a new pitcher. Nicholson takes the ball away from Shields, and we'll find out who's coming in next for Orleans when we come back. 2 gone in the top of the fourth inning. Falmouth leads Orleans 4-0. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We welcome you back to Eldredge Park with 2 gone in the top of the 4th inning. With Logan Sofferenko and Carter Bainbridge, I'm Trey Redfield. Ben Shields' night is done, throwing 3 2/3 innings pitch, giving up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. He paves way to Josh Allen. No, not the Bills' starting quarterback, just the left-handed pitcher out of Duke. His first pitch to Alex Mooney, his teammate at Duke, misses low and inside for ball 1.
Oh, it's one of those at bats.
Blue Devil on Blue Devil. From the windup, the 1-0. Too low, almost gets the ankles of Mooney. Steps out of the way, though, in the right-handed batter's box. It's now 2-0. Logan, what's the lowdown on Allen?
Well, Allen has a 3.85 ERA coming into today, has 10 punchies, 11 2/3 of work, so he's been very busy on 6 appearances this summer.
2-0. Too high, ball 3. And that's also not the linebacker on the Jacksonville Jaguars either, Josh Allen. This is, remember,
The one where Josh Allen picked off Josh Allen?
Yes,
Yes.
yes, good point. It's just the Duke Blue Devil, Josh Allen. I'm now done with that joke after this. 3-0. Mooney shows bunt. It's ball 4, too high and outside.
That's how you do it.
Yeah,
4-pitch walk on the new pitcher.
So now brings up Colby Halter. And, you know, we talked a little bit about Allen, you know, same with Mooney. That's the way you started with 4 pitches. But don't want to throw a strike to this guy because he just had a 2-run home run. He's now up to 4 on the season on Cape Cod. He had 8 of them at Florida this past year in Gainesville. It's a Florida team that was a national seed, but got upset by Oklahoma in the Gainesville Regional. First pitch to Halter. It's a slider that finds the zone. Strike 1.
Well, he saw that with Andrew Pinckney's home run. He and Jacob Walsh were tied at 4 home runs, and Halter said, I want to get in on this 3-way tie.
Mooney on first. 0-1 the count. Pickoff move, nothing doing.
Ooh.
That one almost got away from Keishley. It's a move over to his right side. And he corrals it fine. That could be trouble here at Eldredge Park. That gets away. That could roll into the open area where people are on the berm. Another pickoff move, and Mooney gets picked off. That's the first time a Commodore has been picked off this season, and that is how the top of the 4th inning ends. We go into the bottom half with Falmouth still leading Orleans, still by a score of 4-0. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Eldredge Park in Orleans, Massachusetts, along with Carter Bainbridge, our field reporter, and Trey Redfield, today's lead play-by-play broadcaster. Logan Soforenko taking you through 2.5. Falmouth on top, 4-0 over the Orleans Firebirds. It is their first trip to Eldredge Park, and the sun is finally set. We can take off the sunglasses and the visors as the Doors lead 4-0.
I was just making sure your visor is off when you said that.
Oh, it is, 100%.
I was like, wait, he took off his visor? Because I know you like to wear that thing for style, too.
Oh, absolutely. So Drew Summers' day is done. Philip Abner steps in to the mound. Saw some bullpen days last week. It's only fitting that those starting pitchers are now in the same game. First pitch to Logan Beard, the second baseman, misses outside, 1-0. Beard struck out looking on 4 pitches back in the second. That was Summers' third strikeout at the time. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Same spot, same result, 2-0 the count. Logan Beard coming into today hitting 200, has 2 doubles. Does not have a home run this year. Here's the pitch. Goes to the same spot again, and it misses outside, 3-0.
It's kind of like Josh Allen. You know, we saw a 4-pitch walk from him delivered to Alex Mooney. He's trying to get stuff figured out, get into the swing of things.
The 3-0 pitch is in the exact same spot again. It's a 4-pitch walk to the leadoff man, Beard. As the Falmouth Commodores pitching staff has been very fine these past couple of games, and in particular, starting back to the beginning of last week's work week, they've been very, very good. Talked about how important it was to give Drew Summers some run support. He had that as he yields to Abner. First pitch to the catcher, Gillimet, is cut on and miss. Strike number 1. Gillimet, we saw him with the USC catcher's gear going to Texas in the 2022-2023 school year. Beard over there at first. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right to Stovall. Flips over to short for 1. Over to first for 2, and they got him. 4-6-3 they go. It's a double play, and there are 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Tailor-made right there, partner. That's something the Commodores do really well. Not sure really what it is, but each and every time there's always a new second baseman over there. It looks like Alex Mooney played with him since he was 6 years old. They make it look so easy. That's why they're playing in the best conferences. In the words of Alex Mooney, it just means more, playing alongside Peyton Stovall, a second baseman out of Arkansas, which is in the SEC. But not sure what it is. They make it look so easy and so smooth.
First pitch to McClary misses outside, 1-0. We saw Stovall end the inning back in the bottom of the 3rd with a fine play to retire Jack Bolger. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is in there for strike number 1, 1-1. McClary struck out on 6 pitches back in the 2nd inning. Came on with a big situation. He had runners at first and second. Runner stole, but he struck out. Here's the pitch. In the air to deep center. Pinckney moving to his left underneath it, and he makes the catch. So after a leadoff walk, the Orleans Firebirds end up going down in order as we go to the top of the 5th inning. 4-0 the score. Falmouth on top as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Eldredge Park in Orleans, Massachusetts, where the Falmouth Commodores lead the Firebirds with a score of 4-0. Colby Halter will get another at-bat because Alex Mooney got picked off to end the 4th inning and had a little trouble getting back to the bag because he lost his footing. He was actually standing there in the break trying to get that dirt right. First pitch to Halter is in there for strike 1. Halter saw 2 pitches in that at-bat in the 4th inning. But he had a 2-run home run back in the 3rd on the first pitch he saw. Here's the 0-1. And that's in there for strike 2.
Yeah, it's funny. When Mooney got picked off, he spent the middle of the inning just dusting off first base over there, not only helping out base runners, but helping out his first baseman, Jacob Walsh, to make sure there are no bad hops over there.
0-2 the count in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is popped up right over our heads and onto the street behind us out of play. Actually clears the street and heads into the woods. We'll do the 0-2 again.
Makes me think, has one of those like bounced onto the road or like doinked a car?
I think they're actually.
Has
well, there was. We heard a big thud. I forget where it was. I believe it was Chatham.
No, it's Katuitt.
Katuitt. Game number 1 at Lowell Park. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one is headed for the same way, out of play. 0-2 again. We had that one. We had a couple of cars go beyond the center field wall, and those are always in danger.
Mine's in
Trey
danger
actually
tonight.
parked in left field.
Mine's in danger tonight in left center field.
Here's the pitch. That's outside, 1-2. Good effort there from Halter to lay off that breaking ball. And we saw Pinckney's home run go towards the scoreboard area, not necessarily in the left field parking lot. Halter has worked a 5-pitch at bat right here. Here's the pitch. Hits that one the other way into left field for a base hit. Very fine at bat there from Halter. He'll slam on the brakes over there at first base, and something he does so frequently is leading off an inning with a single, as that brings up Peyton Stovall.
He's awesome, man. Colby Halter's a guy that we may see on July 23rd at Wareham. That's when the All-Star game is, and he's really earned it. He came into today hitting just a little under 300. He's now up to 4 home runs on the season with a 2-run blast. He's stolen 9 bases. He's just a great ball player.
Gets his lead over there at first. Stovall lefty on lefty. Here's the pitch. It misses inside. 1-0. Having our awesome crowd mic back. Get the nice sounds of Jacob Walsh slamming that weight off the bat on the on-deck circle. Stovall today grounded out back in the 1st and grounded out back in the 3rd. And over there back at first base, Colby Halter and Ryan Eiley saying that that first base bag is not necessarily as secure as it should be inside the ground. As the first baseman Keishel actually saying, see if I can dig some dirt out.
He actually did. Nice job up there, Luke.
It's always a fun sight seeing those white unis nice and dirty, and we're ready to play ball again. Stovall ahead in the count 1-0. Allen comes set. Pickoff play over there at first again. Halter stolen a lot of bases this year.
He leads the team in the category. He has 9 of them.
How many times has been gunned out? 4 or 5?
I think it is 4.
Hasn't been that many,
it's
though.
4.
He's been aggressive over there. 1-0 the count. Here's the pitch. Same spot, 2-0.
I'm going to be, don't expect him to go with the lefty. I'm going to say he doesn't. Because when Allen looks over there and he's in the windup, Halter is taking a step back. So he's already behind. He doesn't want to risk it. He's being smart over there. That's what a base runner should be, smart before stealing.
Here's the 2-0. Stovall rips that one foul out of play, 2-1. Well, we saw the left-handed pitching of the Orleans Firebirds really dominate the doors in that doubleheader. See nothing but lefties today. The Falmouth Commodores out hitting the Birds with 6 hits, Orleans with 5. Halter gets his lead over at first. 2-1 the count. Stovall the batter. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Cut on a miss. Strike 2. Throw to second is in time. Garrett Guillemette guns down Colby Halter, and there are 2 gone.
Well, I didn't expect that, but I'm just, I didn't play baseball as these guys, but I will give myself an excuse. But, sometimes your jump's going to be a little bit later than usual on lefties unless you really risk it. Gillimet's got a great arm over there, too.
He's a fantastic catcher. 2-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, misses outside, and the count's run full. Gillimet, the returning Orleans Firebird. He was with the Birds last year. All-star campaign behind the dish. Full count here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 outs. Here's the payoff pitch. Popped up. Twisting towards us. Still in play. Gillimet towards the dugout. He dropped the ball. And we'll do it again.
That's something Matt Vasgersian says in LB of the show. He says, oh, and he botches it. That's what it was.
What's what it was with.
And now Stovall's another chance.
That's what it was when Vasgersian was the voice of the show.
Yes.
Now it's John Sciambi.
It's Boog.
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 So this is a 6th pitch at bat, 7th pitch on the way. Walsh waiting on deck. Here's the payoff pitch again. High drive into center field. Honeyman coming in, moving to his right, tailing towards play, and he makes the catch.
So no harm, no foul either way. Gillimet will take that any day of the week, and, you know, he's still one of the best catchers that Cape Cod has. I mean, that stuff happens. But it's another opportunity for Walsh here to get himself a hit. Hasn't had one of those yet tonight.
So now there are 2 outs. My apologies. We have the scoreboard in a weird spot. But Jacob Walsh trying to keep it rolling here. Here's the first pitch to him. And that is in there for strike number 1. Little outside. That's not a pitch you like to take on, or a pitch you like to swing at on the first pitch of the at-bat. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch from Allen. That's in the same spot. It's in there for strike 2. And these are some pitches that Walsh is shocked they're being called strikes, as well as Chase Borfin on deck. 0-2 the count, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. He had to chase, and he goes down swinging on 3 pitches. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. 4-0, Falmouth leads over Orleans. As you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Eldredge Park, where the Falmouth Commodores lead over the Orleans Firebirds with a score of 4-0 as the top of the order for the Orleans Firebirds, and Travis Honeyman will get things going here for Orleans. Talked about Orleans coming into today, currently 3rd place in the Eastern Division, trailing Brewster and Yarmouth Dennis. Falmouth Commodores sitting in 5th place in the division, just 1 point behind the Wareham Gatemen. Honeyman, a pair of groundouts today. First pitch from Abner is in there for strike 1. Honeyman had a sac fly back in the doubleheader when these squads squared off for the first time. Only RBI he had that day. Here's the 0-1 pitch. One hops the plate, 1-1 the count. That was a day where the Commodores would like to forget. 0-4 in doubleheaders and 7-inning games to be exact. Orleans lost to the Wareham Gatemen last night with a score of 1-0. So we could have used Orleans last night, but right here a 1-1 count. Here's the pitch to Honeyman. He grounds this one right to Mooney. Takes a weird hop. He gathers and fires over to first to get Honeyman in time. One gone. And a guy we did not see back in the first matchups of the 2022 season between the Firebirds and the Falmouth Commodores was this guy right here, Austin Knight.
Not having a bad night. I don't want to.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. No pun intended,
of course.
He has a single today. Came in the first.
It was the first of 5 Orleans hits. 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the first pitch he sees from Abner. That is in there for strike 1. Got to wait a little bit. Our vantage point right behind the visiting on deck circle. Abner with no strikeouts out of the bullpen. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is ripped foul. 0-2 the count now. Falmouth Commodores with 4 runs. All those runs coming on 2-run home runs. 1 2-run shot came from Andrew Pinckney. Another 2-run shot came from Colby Halter. 0-2 the count in the bottom of the 5th with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Abner. That misses upstairs and outside. 1-2. Austin Knight came into today striking out 4 times. He's now 5 for 16 prior to this at bat. Here's the 1-2 count from Abner. Breaking ball is sent in the air to right center field. Pinckney moving over to his left. He makes the catch and tracks it down. 2 gone in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I peeked up to see where that ball was going. I just see out of nowhere Andrew Pinckney just flying in, making that thing look so easy. He's a draft-eligible guy out there this year, and we're going to miss him when he has to leave Falmouth for the MLB draft. But, man, ever since he's been out there in center field defensively, it's been awesome. Just watching him, just great positive to have out there in the field.
So now here is Luke Keeschel, the first baseman. First pitch he sees misses low. 1-0 the count. Keeschel hitting .321 coming into today. In game number 2 of the doubleheader earlier in the season went 0 for 3. The 1-0. That's ripped right to Halter at third. It's a line out to the third baseman, Colby Halter. 3 up and 3 up. 3 up and 3 down they go as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Falmouth still leading 4-0 as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Eldredge Park in Orleans, where the Doors lead 4-0 heading into the top of the 6th. Carter Bainbridge here along with Trey Redfield and Logan Safarenko. One of the reasons that we've yet to see a team truly jump ahead of the pack in the East and why nobody has caught the Kettleers in the West is that teams just keep on tying each other this year. We've already seen 19 tie games this season, that mark heading into this evening, which has already broken the record of 17 just set last year. Bourne has more than anyone with 6 and has tied 3 straight games, while the Doors have the fewest with 2 and Orleans has 3. For a league that relies on a point system to determine its standings, it looks like the CCBL second half might be decided by inches. Guys?
Yeah, that being such a big part in the way that the standings, shape up in the latter parts of the season. These ties have been something else, and as you mentioned, just about halfway through the season. We already broke the record. First pitch to Borfin is a little low, 1-0. And to what Carter was saying, in our pregame prep, we were really looking forward to see this guy, Borfin. Here's the 1-0 to him, and he'll take it in there for strike one. Borfin, fantastic campaign with the Doors last year, wearing number 9 this year. 1-1 the count. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Misses inside, 2-1.
Talked about the ties a little bit. Carter just mentioned it. Falmouth only has 2 of them.
Lowest in the
league.
Cape Cod Baseball League.
I'll take it that way. I hate ties.
Bourne has 6. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Catches the bottom part of the strike zone. Counts even at 2-2. And just thankfully you're not Bourne. The Bourne Braves, as we mentioned, has 6 ties. 3 of them have been to the Wareham Gateman. The score of 2-2. Here is the 2-2 pitch. Did Borfin go around? He did not. The count's run full. They didn't even appeal over to third. So we'll see what Borfin's got with a full count. Here's the payoff pitch to Borfin. He goes down swinging. 1 gone here on the top of the 6th.
You know, another point about those ties. You mentioned Bourne has 6 of them. There's always a lot of complaining on the Bourne Braves social media about, oh, we tied again, we tied. But you know what? They're 4 points ahead of the Commodores right now. Big reason why is because of those ties. So as much as we can hate on them, you got to take them.
First pitch to Pinckney is inside, 1-0. And especially when it comes to talking about how Bourne is playing tonight, on top 12-7 over the Katua Kettleers.
Played. They just beat them.
Oh, it's final. There you
Yes.
go. 1-0. 2-0 the count now as that one misses low.
So that now means Bourne has 24 points, moving to 9, 8, and 6. Katuitt stays at 32. Falmouth with a win today and a Wareham loss. They flip-flop 4th and 5th.
There you go. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Pinckney belts this one high and deep to left field. Moving back is Bulger. He's at the wall and he feels forward and he makes the catch. And they're saying he did, in fact, catch that ball. Pinckney's saying over there at first base because they're saying he might have dropped that ball on the transfer. Pinckney's saying over there at first, and indeed they are going to call it on the transfer. So Pinckney is out. There are 2 gone.
Exactly what Tom Ryberg said. You may have heard it on our mic, but he said dropped on the transfer. So ruling made there. Pinckney just missing one. It's pretty easy to hit one out over there, though. 300 to left field down the line. Not too shabby.
Almost had his second 2-home run game of the season.
Yep.
So now here's Jacob Kozar with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Here's the first pitch he sees. Takes a big hack and comes away empty. 0-1. Kozart struck out back in the 3rd. Flew out back in the 2nd. Behind in the count, 0-1. Here's the pitch. Elects not to swing as that one's in there for strike number 2. 0-2 the count. We are officially seeing a Cape League sky right now. We could see a 1-2-3 inning pitched by Josh Allen. Here's the 0-2. It gets away from Gillum at 1-2 the count.
Cape skies are the best skies because it means there's a sunset brewing. You know, it's gold skies in front of us as the sun's coming down here at Orleans. The lights are starting to come on. A couple of cirrus skies in the air as well to our right side. Not too shabby, partner.
1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. Right to Keischel, and he'll take it himself, step on the bag, and that's that. As we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, Falmouth still leading Orleans with a score of 4-0 as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network. Welcome back to Eldredge Park in Orleans, Massachusetts. Hey, want to take a time to give a quick shout out to our graphics designer, Liv Charbonneau, who makes the commute from Orleans to Falmouth every home game, and she does outstanding work. She designed the graphic that you see on your screen on YouTube, not just for the away broadcast, but for every home game. Countless hours and minutes of getting good graphics, and she told us she drove 2 minutes to come to the ballpark today at Eldredge, and that's the beauty of being in Orleans. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, Falmouth leading Orleans with a score of 4-0 alongside Carter Bainbridge, today's field reporter, and Trey Redfield, today's lead play-by-play broadcaster. Logan Safarenko with you for these 3 outs as Kevin Sim leads things off for the Orleans Firebirds. Firebirds have not had a run in 2 calendar days, so they're trying to muscle something off of Philip Abner, who was on for his 3rd inning of work. Only faced 6 batters. Here's the first pitch to Kevin Sim. Takes a big cut at it. 0-1 the count now. Kevin Sim singled on 2 pitches back in the first and drew a 4-pitch walk back in the 3rd inning. Kevin Sim, the right-handed hitter from the University of San Diego. Here's the 0-1. Checks his swing. No appeal over there at first base. 1-1 the count as it skippers away from the catcher, Kozart. Sim had a home run the last time these 2 clubs met. It was game number 2 of the doubleheader. 1-1 the count, bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. That is in there for strike 2. 1-2 the count now. And that's one of those low spots that the pitchers in these recent innings have been trying to get the calls for. Abner from the windup, lefty on righty. He kicks and fires. Misses outside. A appeal over at first base. He checked his swing. 2-2 the count. Commodores back at home tomorrow, taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. Second time those 2 clubs will square off at Gov Fuller Field. Here's the 2-2. That is up the middle. Mooney gathers and fires over to first and retires Kevin Sim. 1 gone here in the bottom of the 6th.
You were saying, I'm sorry.
Remaining parts of the schedule this week. You got the Brewster Whitecaps at Stony Brook on Saturday, and then Sunday hosting the Wareham Gatemen, and then Monday is Fenway Park Day, where the Falmouth Commodores will travel to Boston and get a workout and get a tour of the ballpark. The Sox not being there, so no Sox game, unfortunately, but the upcoming days ahead. First pitch to Isaac Humphrey gets all the way to the backstop, 1-0.
So you talked about Hyannis. Sorry about that. You know, I always hate to interrupt. I always hate to interrupt you. But Hyannis, who Falmouth will face tomorrow, trailing 9-5 to Wareham and McKeon Park right now in the bottom of the 5th.
The 1-0 to Humphreys upstairs, 2-0. Oh, we saw Kevin Sim ground out to the left side to lead this inning off. Humphrey struck out looking on 3 pitches back in the first and flew out in the 3rd. 2-0 the count. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball, misses inside, 3-0, and the Falmouth Commodores are at risk of having their 2nd 4-pitch walk. Nothing ever comes out of that the Falmouth Commodores like. Here's the 3-0 pitch. That is inside for ball number 4. And it is indeed a 4-pitch walk to Humphrey with 1 gone.
That's his 2nd one today, Abner. Another one came when he came in the bottom of the 4th inning.
All walks, actually, today. There have been 3 walks. I'm correcting myself here. 3 walks. All 3 of them came on 4 pitches for the Falmouth pitching staff. So now here is Bulger, the left fielder. 1 for 2 on the day. Humphrey gets his lead at first. Here's the first pitch. That's in there for strike 1. Bulger coming into today, hitting 171, 1 run driven in. 4 walks, 6 Ks. 0-1 the count. Abner comes set. He fires. That's in there for strike 2. And Bulger can't believe it, 0-2 the count. Was a late call. Now he's got to defend with 2 strikes. 0-2 the count. Abner looking for his first strikeout out of the bullpen. Here's the pitch. It misses upstairs, 1-2. We talked about how last week we saw Drew Summers make a start, saw Philip Abner make a start, saw Chase Jeter make a start. We call them staff nights. So it's fun seeing Summers and Abner in the same game. Humphrey over there at first. Abner comes set. Here's the pitch. Ground ball right side. Stovall cuts it off, fires over to first, and he gets Bolger. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th inning as Isaac Humphrey advances over to second.
Yeah, that was Stovall's play. His only play. Had it on his left side. You know, that's really hard to throw it over there to second base when all your momentum's going over to your left. When you want to throw it to your right to try and turn a double play, that's just not going to happen. Stovall doing the right thing there. If you give up a run here, no worries. But you just got to end the inning quickly after that when you're up 4-0.
So now here is Logan Beard. Falmouth trying to keep this game scoreless going into the top of the 7th inning. Over there at second is Humphrey. Here's the pitch from Abner. Cut on and missed, strike 1, 0-1 the count. Logan Beard struck out looking on 4 pitches back in the 2nd. Walked in the 4th. That was, as you mentioned, partner, that was the first 4-pitch walk that Abner issued to the Orleans offense. Abner comes set and fires. 0-2 the count now. Falmouth on top 4-0. 4 runs on 6 hits. Orleans no runs on 5 hits. 1 Orleans error. Abner trying to send this thing to the 7th. Beard came into today with 10 strikeouts at risk of striking out for the 12th time this season. 0-2 the count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Abner comes set, and he throws over to second, or at least he faked it. We've seen that a couple of times today when they let a runner get in a scoring position. Did see 1 runner over there 90 feet away at third base, but he was stranded. 0-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Spoiled foul to the opposite field, 0-2. We'll do it again. And that's something that you got to be careful when it comes to that 4-0 lead. We saw a 4-0 lead against the Brewster Whitecaps get diminished a little bit. They walked away with a 4-3 victory. With Abner trying to keep this thing rolling in a 4-0 ball game. 4th pitch of the at-bat on the way. It's a breaking ball, and it's popped up to the right side. Walsh moving over to foul territory, and he makes the catch. He stays in play, and we go to the top of the 7th inning. Falmouth on top 4-0 over Orleans. Trey Redfield's got you the rest of the way as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Falmouth Commodores Radio Network.
Welcome back to Eldredge Park, into the top of the 7th inning, where the Commodores lead the Firebirds by a score of 4-0 with Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield. So glad you're with us tonight for the Doors and Birds. It's the third meeting between these two this season. Last time they faced off was a Sunday doubleheader on June 19th, where Orleans swept Falmouth. Right now, Falmouth is in front, wearing its black jerseys, maroon numbers and letters, gray pants, maroon socks, black helmets and hats. As the first pitch to Luke Boyers is a swing and a fly ball into center field. Trailing towards left center now, Bolger moving to his left and makes the grab for the first out. That pitch was thrown by Cam Waltese, a new guy on the mound for the Firebirds, after Josh Allen went 2 1/3, 1 hit, giving up no earned runs, a walk, and a couple of strikeouts. Waltese comes out of Nevada. And now he's taking on Travis Chestnut. First pitch to him. Chestnut shows bunt, pulls it back. It's right down the pipe for strike one. Walty with the Wolfpack this season had 15 starts and 15 appearances, going 5-7 with a 5.14 ERA. He was a two-time Mountain West Pitcher of the Week. Righty-on-righty matchup as the 0-1 misses low. It skips off the dirt, bouncing off the backstop. Now 1-1 on Chestnut, who is 0 for 2 tonight in his Commodore debut.
The speedster.
He is a speedster. He's stolen 35 bases with Temple College, now making the move to Texas A&M next season. 1-1 pitch, swinging a tip that gets out of the glove, actually, of the catcher, Garrett Gilliman. It's now 1-2 now.
The previous foul ball, Mooney almost wanted to make a play on that one, as that one hung in the air for a little bit. Unfortunately, wasn't able to. The beauty of foul balls.
Yeah. 1-2 pitch. Bounces in the dirt, 58-footer, count even at 2 now.
He's been taking some great pitches in his at-bats.
Waltzy making his Firebirds debut. Donning the white jerseys with no sleeves on them, red undershirts and numbers, white pants, black helmets. But Firebirds are in the field and they're wearing white hats with red brims. 2-2 the count, no one on, one gone, 4-0 your score, Doors in front. Chestnut at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fastball, misses outside, count full. Chestnut trying to get aboard for the first time in the Commodore black. Alex Mooney on deck. He is 1 for 2 today with a walk. Payoff pitch. Fastball, swinging a bouncer on the left side. And it is a fair ball that bounces off the glove of Knight. And getting aboard for the first time is Chestnut. It's officially ruled an E5. That's the first error of the evening. So Chestnut down to 0 for 3. But you know what? When you get on base, you get on base and you'll take it.
Really interesting to see how that would have worked out if he had fielded that ball cleanly, because Chestnut most likely would have beat out that throw. Yeah, they say E5. Colby Halter can't believe it on deck. He's talking to me right now saying, nah, that might have been an infield single.
In his own words, that's a hit. Alex Mooney at the plate, looks at strike one, a slider right down the middle. One of the beauties about being on the road is that we're right next to the dugouts. We're always next to the guys on deck, so we always catch a couple of conversations with them. Mooney down 0-1. 1 on, 1 gone. Doors up 4-0 in the top of the 7th. Woody fires. Swinging a line shot into left field and down for a base hit. Rolling all the way to the wall. Chestnut is zooming around the bases. He touches third, and he's going to come home. No, he stumbles, and now he touches home to score. Travis Chestnut was going so fast that he fell in the middle of the third base line, picked himself up, and then touched home plate. He's lucky that throw was offline. But you know what? The Commodores will take it. They now lead 5-0 as Alex Mooney goes into second base standing up. Well, you see some things for the first time and you can't believe it and laugh. That was one of them.
That's the best way you can describe it. Everybody had a good laugh there. Solid piece of hitting. That's the perfect execution of a hit and run with Chestnut taking off. Mooney did his job. Chestnut did his, even though it cost him a sniper a little bit.
He got sniped. He got sniped. So that it was an earned run given up by Cam Waltzy. And it's now Colby Halter at the plate. Righty on lefty matchup. First pitch misses high and outside for ball one. And can't help but laugh. I mean, it helps that he scored.
Yes.
But you can't help but laugh. Welcome to the Commodores, Travis Chestnut. Great to have you. Mooney leads off second. He's the only man on. 1-0. Fastball, swinging a foul ball back on the screen on the right side. Right over where Tommy Mumau, Liv Charbonneau, and Carson Depp. A couple of our media interns are standing. Got a little free. 1-1 is now the count.
The Lone Door fans.
The Lone Doors. They do great work for us. All very happy to have them. Righty on lefty duel to Colby Halter. 1-1. Slider fouled off. Fouled back, actually, to the right side. It's now 1-2.
Hey, they have a little brick on their facade as well.
They do, but they have padding.
Little padding right behind home plate, but right behind the on-deck circles, if you will, there's the brick. Halter's got to defend here to extend his at-bat.
And he has a whole routine with it. Crowds the plate a little bit more. Chokes up on the bat a lot more, too. Trying to bring around Alex Mooney. He would serve as a 6-run scored. Runner goes. Swinging a ground ball left side. It bounces off the glove of the first baseman, Keishel, but picked up by the second baseman, Beer. He's throwing it home, and Mooney dives in safely. Smart base running there by Alex Mooney, realizing it got off the glove of Keishel. Mooney rounding third, coming home to score with a dirty jersey. It's now 6-0 Doors. Getting on first safely is Halter with one gone in the top of the 7th. Another 2-spot put up by the Doors, and this inning hasn't ended just yet.
No, it is not, and that's one of those where they rule that a hit.
They ruled it a hit.
And they actually changed the ruling to Chestnut's play. That was a hit as well.
It was. So now 2 earned runs given up by Cam Walty as he delivers strike 1 to Peyton Stovall.
I'm not sure that error, that there's one error in the Firebirds thing, but it's been there since about the 3rd inning.
You know why? It's because Garrett Gilmet dropped that fly ball in
It
foul
was,
territory.
but the batter wasn't retired as the pickoff play over at first.
Yeah, but still an error. Because Colby Halter had one of those last night where he dropped in foul territory as well.
Huh.
Yeah. That's still an error.
Well, the beauty of scoring.
Yeah. 0-1 is the count on Stovall. Righty on lefty matchup. Halter leads off first. The pitch. Fastball misses just a bit outside. Gillimet held it there for a couple of seconds. But it's 1-1 on the Arkansas Razorback, who is 0 for 3 tonight. This is the second time I said Razorback, and I asked Carter why I have raisins on my mind, and he told me it's because he ate raisins earlier that day. The 1-1. Fastball, just a little bit above the knees, strike 2.
I had to look at Carter Bainbridge to see if that was a
No, I
legit
was right.
fact.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it
that's
looked
a
like
fact.
it was.
That's
It
a
looked
fact.
like it was.
That's a fact. I'm not that stupid. Jacob Walsh is on deck, trying to crack into this lead even more. Doors in front of the Birds, 6-0 in the top of the 7th with 1 on and 1 gone. The 1-2. Fastball swinging a rope in the center field that gets down for a base hit. Halter rounding second. He's going to stay there. A long throw that gets over the head of the second baseman, Beard, and bouncing into the chest protector of Gillimet. That had to be some sort of play set up by Kelly Nicholson. But you know what? The Doors will take it. Peyton Stovall's on first with his first base hit of the evening. Halter over to second, and it now brings up Jacob Walsh, who's 0 for 2 tonight with a walk.
Well, something we like seeing right now is scoring throughout the entirety of the game. Saw some runs in the early stages, then the middle stages, and now here we are in the latter parts getting some runs.
Another righty on lefty duel. First pitch to Walsh. Fastball too low. Bounces into the chest protector of Gillimet. Keeps it in front of him. It's 1-0. Walsh has gone down swinging twice on 3 pitches as well. Both of those came against left-handed pitchers. He's now 0 for 21 against them. But luckily enough, in Walsh's case, he's facing a righty right now, Cam Walty. The 1-0. Fastball, swinging a bouncer on the right side and through for a base hit. Holding up at third base is Halter, so the bases are loaded as the throw comes in from the outfield. Stopping it is Gillimet, keeping it in front of him. So now the bases are loaded with 1 gone for Jace Borfin, who is 1 for 3 tonight with a single.
4 straight base knocks. Saw the double from Mooney, the single from Halter, the single from Stovall, and let's see what we can do right here with Borfin up.
It's what we call a hit parade.
Oh, yeah.
And Jace Borfin's trying to keep it going. couple more runs would put this thing to sleep. Everyone on base. One gone. Top 7. First pitch to Borfin. Strike 1. Curveball that finds the zone. Borfin checked his swing. Didn't really matter. It was right down Broadway. So 0-1 the count on the designated hitter. Halter on third. Still ball on second. Walsh on first. The 0-1. Another breaking ball blocked by Gilliman. 1-1 now.
Boy, he's a wall back there. Makes some fine stops, that catcher. Stud from USC.
Making the move to Texas.
Made that. He threw Halter out today as well, so he's been on display today.
Doing a great job defensively is Gilliman. 1-1. Fastball, a little bit above the knees, and up for strike 2. Borfin didn't like it.
He didn't like it because it wasn't above the knees. It was right at the knees, if not below. It's not a pitch you want, as he's got to fight to extend his battle right here.
Pinckney's on deck. He already has a home run today. Nods his head saying, yeah, you're darn right I do. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, swung on, bounced over at second base. This could be 2. There's 1 at second. Throw to first. He got him. A 4-6-3 double play, and the Commodores get a little unlucky. They had the bases loaded, but the Firebirds turned 2. But it's still Falmouth that leads 6-0 after putting up 2 in this top half of the 7th. It's time to stretch at Eldredge Park. When we come back, we'll be loose and ready to go for the bottom half. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. So after stretching and a beautiful rendition of God Bless America, we are back for the bottom of the 7th inning here at Eldredge Park, where the Commodores lead the Firebirds by a score of 6-0. Falmouth putting up a 2 spot in the top half. So now Philip Abner is on for his 3rd inning of work, taking on Garrett Gillimet. Righty on lefty matchup, or lefty on righty matchup, excuse me. First pitch, knee level, strike 1. Gillimet is 1 for 2 today. Had a single in the 2nd, grounded into a double play in the 4th. Next pitch misses low and inside, count even at 1.
How about the length they want from Abner out of the bullpen? Doing a good job thus far.
Yeah, Abner's crushing it tonight after Drew Summers had 4 innings pitched. 1-1 is a swing and a line shot to the left side foul, bouncing off the screen. It's now 1-2. So a 2 spot in the 2nd, a 2 spot in the 3rd, and a 2 spot in the 7th. That's how Falmouth has gone its runs, or is when Falmouth has gone its runs. 1-2, fastball, swinging a bouncer foul. We'll do the 1-2 again.
That's always when it comes to 2 strike counts right now. We've seen a lot of those from Abner tonight, and he's been winning those battles. Still looking for that first strikeout, though.
Let's find out if he can get it here. 1-2 pitch. Curveball, he get it. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and we had it right on cue. There's one gone.
I just felt like that would be the time to do it. Ahead in the count that much, get the leadoff batter and just get a 1-2-3 inning, something that we've only seen once from the Commodore pitching staff in a traditional way. We saw something back in the 4th where it was a walk, then a ground ball double play, then a fly out. So good start here for Abner in the bottom of the 7th.
So now it's Nick McLeary, as Jacob Kozar calls time, talking things over with Philip Abner. He's trying to figure out some signs possibly. How they want to attack McLeary, a guy who is 0 for 2 tonight. Struck out swinging on a full count in the 2nd, flew out to center field in the 4th. Came into tonight hitting under 100 on the Cape League season. Falmouth is now down to 3 mound visits on the evening. Another lefty on righty duel. Abner working from the windup, has his sign. Kicks and fires. First pitch at the knees. Fastball, strike 1.
No, it's not from our vantage point, but somebody's turned their lights on in the right field parking lot, and it was in the field of play, but probably not in the batter's eye. Nothing too worrisome as the lights just turned off.
There's no parking out there in center field, just a bunch of people, and the fence is far. 434 feet out there. The 0-1. Another fastball, swinging a bouncer at second base. Stovall has it on the hop, throws it over to first, and there is the 2nd out, beating McLeary by 3 steps.
Pretty easy to throws a little bit high, but it's pretty easy to get that when you have Jacob Walsh, your 6'4" first baseman over there.
Yeah, not too shabby, right? A guy who's done a great job defensively. Walsh has a lot of really good footwork over there. Sitting at 6 foot, around 230 as well.
And he talked to us about that, how important it was this past year at Oregon with 2 of his coaches, one of the assistants, basically saying that we worked really hard to become the best first baseman he can be, because that's what the Oregon coaching staff told him. They said, we want to make you the best first baseman you could be. And we've been seeing it on Cape Cod thus far.
He made a great impact with the Ducks this season, just his freshman season too. The guys at Eugene should be really excited because Jacob Walsh is a dog. We're now at the top of the order with Travis Honeyman. 4th time up tonight, still looking for his first hit. First pitch, fastball too low, ball 1. Grounded out to 3rd on a full count in the 1st. Got caught up in a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Grounded out to short to lead off the 5th. Honeyman is having his first game back from laryngitis, where he missed 3 games. The 1-0. Fastball below the knees, but it's called strike 1. Someone said it was 3 inches off the ground. That's what you just heard. Someone chirping at Mike Rabideau, the home plate umpire. Count even at 1-2 gone, bottom 7, doors up 6-0 on the Birds. Abner kicks and fires. Breaking ball cut on and miss for strike two. That was filthy. Honeyman was chasing after that one, and Abner made him look silly.
You don't see many swings like that
No, you
on
don't.
Cape Cod or even in the college level. But clearly thought one pitch was coming, but he got another.
So Honeyman takes a deep breath. Puts two hands on the bat, steps back into the right-handed batter's box with his open stance. Fixes his helmet. Shows his bat to Abner, now puts it back on his right shoulder. Speaking of Abner, he fires the 1-2. It's too low. Count even at 2. 6 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Falmouth. No runs, 5 hits, 1 error for Orleans. Commodores at the bottom of the Western Division right now by just a point. Behind the Wareham Gatemen, a team that leads the Hyannis Harbor Hawks right now in McKeon Park. 2-2 the count. 2 gone, no one on. Abner deals. Curveball, swung on, hits to the right side, foul and out of play. Couple of kids trying to grab it. None of them catching in the air. So it's all about getting on the ground. It's like jackpot. Every ball is dead or alive.
I took a stroll down that first base line earlier in pregame, and they have a line where the ball is still in play and where it's not. The fans set up right at that line.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they want, there's kids over there, they're ready for that ground ball.
There have been kids who have run on the field to snag some, too. Shocked they haven't been yelled at yet. Well, we don't know that. Maybe they have been, but if they haven't, shocking. 2-2 the count. 2 gone, no one on. Bottom 7. Doors up 6. Abner fires. Curveball. Swinging a line drive to left field. Chestnut coming in and making the grab, almost losing his balance like he did on the third base line, coming in the score. But he doesn't this time defensively, and he closes out the 7th inning. We go into the top of the 8th with Pinckney, Cozart, and Boyers due up, and the Doors up big. 6-0 your score as you are listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. Now into the top of the 8th inning where the Commodores are in front of the Firebirds by a score of 6-0 with Logan Safarenko and Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield. It's unofficially set here at Eldredge Park. So now brings up Andrew Pinckney to start off this top half of the 8th inning against a new pitcher, A.J. Bluebaugh, right-handed pitcher out of Milwaukee, where he had a great season, 2.76 ERA, giving up 15 earned runs. in 15 appearances. First pitch to Pinckney. He shows bunt, but he pulls it back and does the right thing because the fastball missed low and inside for ball one. Blue Ball was a Horizon League Pitcher of the Year for the second straight season. It's also first team All-League this past year. The 1-0. Fastball, knee level, another fastball. This one a strike, and the count is even. Logan, what's up with Blue Ball on the league, though?
Yeah, Blue Ball is, we saw this guy in the first game of the doubleheader. So, he's a righty pitcher.
1-1. That was a nasty breaking ball, and Pinckney whiffed at it. Now 1-2.
And you haven't seen too many of those, especially in that doubleheader. This is the second righty we've seen today. So, had some success on the first one. See if they can replicate it.
Blue Ball's working from the windup. Righty on righty matchup. Pinckney back in the right-handed batter's box, choked up on the bat. Jacob Cozart on deck with no one on and nobody gone. Blue Ball steps off the mound. Pinckney had a 2-run home run in the second and intentionally walked the inning after that. 1-2 pitch. Off speed, a changeup, and
oh.
Did he say strike three? Yes, he did. It was right down the pipe, but it was dropped by Gilliman. Everyone was confused. Pinckney was standing in the right-handed batter's box. Like, was that strike three? And Mike Rabideau says, yeah, it was. So Gilliman heard it, and he tagged
over
him
at
out.
first. He's talking about it too with home plate umpire, and been an off night for him as well.
Because there was no punch as well. There was no punch in your strike call. You got to always have a punch. Not the case this time around. There's one gone in the top of the eighth. Doors up 6-0. Jacob Cozart now in the batter's box. Righty on lefty duel. Blue Ball through a third. His first pitch. Fastball. This is outside. Ball one.
Had to wait again, didn't we?
We did.
Had to
We've
wait
been waiting
to see
all
what that
night.
call was.
We've been waiting all night. Cozart tonight is 0 for 3. 1-0. Fastball swinging a foul back. Count even at 1. I would love to know how hard A.J. Bluebaugh is throwing right now. He's definitely the hardest thrower tonight. I would argue at least.
You saw Cozart late on a couple of those fastballs, so clearly that could be accurate.
1-1. Swinging a line shot. The shortstop caught by McLeary. 2 gone quickly in this top half of the 8th inning, and it now brings up the switch-hitting Luke Boyers, who will go into the left-handed batter's box, taking on the righty Blue Ball.
His favorite spot. He told us that. He said it. That's his spot.
He came up in the last top half of the inning. I said, Luke, what spot do you like in the batter's box? And he says, I like the left. Let's see if it works. He flew out to left field. He got some good pop off the ball at the first pitch. And instead found a glove instead of the ground. First pitch to the TCU Horned Frog. Fastball right down Broadway, strike 1. Travis Chestnut is on deck. He got his first run scored in the Commodores just a top half ago. 0-1 pitch, fastball in the attic, 1-1 now.
Good effort there to lay off that pitch. It's always tempting when you see those high cheese balls upstairs.
Sometimes you just can't lay off the high cheese. Boyers did this time around, though. Count even at 1, 2 gone, top 8. Blue Ball deals. Slider, swing and a miss, strike 2. Falmouth with 6 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Orleans with no runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Boyers back in the left-handed batter's box, taps the plate a couple of times, and is ready for the 1-2. Blue Ball has his sign. He kicks and fires. Fastball, swinging a rope to second base, and Beard snags it for the second straight line out, and that is how the top of the 8th inning ends. We go into the bottom half with Knight, Keishel, and Sim due up for the Firebirds. The Commodores lead the Firebirds, though, by a score of 6-0. You're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network.
Well, welcome back to Eldredge Park, where the Falmouth Commodores lead the Orleans Firebirds 6-0 right now. But before we get back to the action, we're going to take a quick look around the scores in the league going on right now. So earlier today, the Bourne Braves beat the Katuitt Kettleers 12-7 out at Lowell Park. Elsewhere in the Western Division, Wareham leads Hyannis 10-7 right now in the top of the 7th in a high-scoring game. Harwich leads Yarmouth Dennis 5-2 in the top of the 7th out at White House Field. And the Brewster Whitecaps are up 5-1 right now on the Chatham Anglers at Veterans Field. So the A's struggling once again. Guys?
Well, Carter, thanks so much. We were talking with Logan Safarenko, my color commentator tonight, mentioning to each other, even though the Commodores may win tonight, they're up 6-0 right now in the Orleans Firebirds going into the bottom of the 8th inning. But it won't mean much, Logan, because the Gatemen are beating the Harbor Hawks right now, but it could mean something tomorrow if Falmouth beats Hyannis back in home.
And that's something that they got to do. I don't remember the last time we've defeated the Hyannis Harbor Hawks, and we talked
Didn't
about
come this year.
Yeah, we talked about it with the past 13 days in that span. The Harbor Hawks have not lost a game. It's been that long since they lost a game. So a lot on the line in the division. Might be pulling for Hyannis tonight. Get some luck to go on top of Wareham, but still a lot of baseball left as Philip Abner's night is done as he yields way to the Falmouth Commodores debut man from Texas A&M, Will Johnston.
Yes, that's right. Another Aggie out there on defense for the Commodores. Will Johnston, rising junior. Spent last year with the Aggies with a 3-1 record with 4 saves, has a 5.34 ERA. Had, I should say. Final line on Abner is 4 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. So, talking about Phillip, not a bad night for him. Not a bad night for the Florida Gators in general. Who was it? Colby Halter has 3 hits, one of them a 2-run home run.
3 runs driven in on the night for him.
Not too shabby,
And
right?
how about no hits for Abner? That's something we talked about. This really is a complete game, if you will. Offense scoring throughout the entirety of the game, giving Summers run support early, and now the pitchers, they've been doing their job. Oh, how fun it is to pitch with run support.
I know, right?
It is fantastic.
If you told a Commodore hitter about it, or you told a Commodore pitcher about it, they would probably say, tell me about it. So it's Johnston on making his Commodore debut. And it starts against Austin Knight, the third baseman out of Charlotte, who is 1 for 3 on the evening. It's a lefty on righty matchup, so favorable towards the 49er third baseman. Taps the plate a couple of times with his bat. Johnston working from the windup. Has his sign from Kozark. First pitch. Fastball swinging, a line shot out to center field. Pinckney coming in, and he makes the grab for the first out. Great hustle by the gazelle out there of Andrew Pinckney, and there is 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Are we surprised you caught that? Or, I mean, are we
No,
serious?
no, not in the slightest. I just say that because, it's starting to go low, but
Such a vacuum out there. He just sucks those balls right into his glove.
we mentioned it a couple of innings ago, but I'm going to say it again because we're going to mean it. We're going to miss Andrew Pinckney out there when he leaves for the MLB draft here in a couple of weeks. I'd say in a week and a half now, I guess.
No,
It's creeping up on us.
It's creeping.
Yeah. Luke Keishel now at the plate. 1 for 3 tonight with a single. First pitch, nice slider that finds the zone for strike 1.
Johnson has a very quick windup. He very, very quick, fast action, uses that back leg, his left plant leg to power off and delivers some nice pitches. No force there because he went with that slider, but quick motion.
Another lefty on righty duel against Keishel. The 0-1. Curveball, swung on, hits to the left side, foul by a couple of inches. Colby Halter treated it like it was a fair ball, and we talked a little bit about that as well. He just shows it every time. He's going to play until he gets a foul ball call. I got to give this kid a lot of respect.
And the defense has done their job tonight. They have done a fantastic job.
We're not going to say it until it actually goes final.
Oh, don't say it. I know what you're thinking. Do not say it. Do not say it.
If you know what I'm thinking, then you're probably right. If you've been listening to us all season, watching us all season too, probably know we're talking about the error category right now. The 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout as a Falmouth Commodore for Will Johnston, and there's 2 gone quickly into the bottom of the 8th inning. Falmouth 6, Orleans nothing.
this could play to the factor of how fast this game has gone, but the Orleans Firebirds combined have only struck out 6 times. A lot of ground balls. We talked about how they were singling in the early parts of the game, so they were making some weak contact. Big reason why this game is going by so fast is we're just now almost hitting the 2.5-hour mark.
Now it's the designated hitter, Kevin Sim, into the right-handed batter's box. For time called right when Johnson was about to go into his windup. It's granted by Mike Rabideau towards Sim. Sim was the one who called it. He takes his time, now steps back in to the right-handed batter's box. First pitch from Johnson quickly. Curveball at the knees, strike 1. Johnson likes to work quickly when he has the opportunity to, especially right after he gets his sign from Jacob Kozar. 0-1. Curveball, swinging a ground ball left side, diving and making the grab is Halter. To throw over to first is not in time, and it gets away from Walsh. It skipped over the glove of Jacob Walsh. It bounced off the screen and was over the fence. And being granted second base is Kevin Sim because of that.
Because about 5 inches, because if that was 5 inches below, that would have been off of the fence, stay in play. But instead it goes off the netting. Runner in scoring position for the Firebirds with 2 outs.
So the screen is there just to protect the fans. It's technically not in play. So Sim is over at second base. And that is the first error of the evening for the Commodores.
Shouldn't have said anything.
I didn't actually say it.
We shouldn't have said anything.
I didn't actually say it, though.
You're just thinking it. They read the mind. Now, we talked about with the way this game has been going, 6-0 in favor of Falmouth. The 1 through 3 hitters, 12 at-bats, 2 for 12. So I talked about in opening the door. They've been attacking those top hitters, and they've been having a lot of success. Travis Honeyman, the hottest hitter on Cape Cod, 0 for 4 today.
Here's Isaac Humphreys, 0 for 2 today with a walk. Man on second, 2 gone, bottom 8. First pitch, fastball. Right down Main Street, strike 1. Falmouth got 2 runs in the second, 2 in the third, along with 2 in the 7th. Keeping the Firebirds to a goose egg. Sim on second base. Lefty on lefty matchup. Next pitch to Humphrey. Too low and skips off of Kozar. He doesn't know that it bounced off him. Picking it up off the bounce is Will Johnston. Kozar couldn't find it, but Johnson was like, hey, it's in my glove. Moving over to third on the wild pitch is Sim. So it's 1-1 now on the right fielder from Louisville.
That was a mighty nice gesture of Kelly Nicholson, the Orleans Firebirds skip. He actually gestured to the home plate umpire, say, hey, give the pitcher a new ball. The ball bounced off of his shin guard. So very fine gesture there from the Firebirds skip.
I have so much respect for Kelly Nicholson.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
So much respect. He
talked to him for the first time. I talked to him the first time, and I know you talked to him at the doubleheader, but fantastic gentleman.
We'll get into what I chatted about with him here in a second. We got to wait for the 1-1. Johnson fires. Fastball down the middle, strike 2. But something that Kelly Nicholson always does, he always gives out the lineup really early. Today, it was at 5:28 in the morning, and he does this to help everyone out, mainly media, but also his team, the fans, his opponent. Whatever he can do to help out someone, Nicholson tells me he's winning. Just a really good dude. 1-2 pitch, swinging a bouncer on the right side, bouncing off the line and called foul by home plate umpire Mike Rabideau. That was close.
By about a couple of inches. And Kozart's intentions there, he was ready to fire that thing over to first.
He
because
was.
That was, if it's not a matter of where the ball is, it's a matter of where you field it. So if that thing trickles, it's still in midair, kind of trailing toward foul territory, and your feet are in fair territory, you grab that ball, you can throw it over to first.
Quickly throw it over to first.
Oh, yeah.
It depends on the bounce. Technically, it comes off of the bounce, right? Especially with a bouncer like that in the infield. So, yeah, Nicholson today was talking to us about, like, why don't they put the lineup, why can't everyone put the lineup in, like, earlier to help you guys out? He told us he admires so much of what we do, and I'll tell you what, that meant the world to me, man. Really, really enjoyed talking to Kelly Nicholson today. Man on third, 2 gone, 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, that's how you get out of a jam, and that is how you do your first inning of work for the Commodores. 2 strikeouts from Will Johnson as we head into the top of the 9th inning. Chestnut, Mooney, and Halter due up when we come back. 6-0 your score, Doors in front of the Birds, as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. We're now in the top of the 9th inning, where the Commodores lead the Firebirds 6-0. As Alex Mooney is talking to us about working out and rest days and stuff
And
like
Rocky's
that.
gym.
And Rocky's gym, where we always see each other. It's always a good time on a away broadcast. You can talk to the guys in the on-deck circle. First pitch to Travis Chestnut's a breaking ball at the knees for strike one, delivered by A.J. Blueball on for his second inning of work. Chestnut got aboard via the E5 in the 7th inning. He came around to score as the 0-1 comes in. Fastball, swinging a foul back, now 0-2. Chestnut did it moving a little too fast. He was zooming around the bags like a dog with the zoomies. Came around third, coming home to score. He tripped on the third base line midway down the line. He got back up and touched home plate.
Yeah, why are we dwelling on it? He scored.
He scored. It was good. It was a good bit. 0-2. Fastball, he got him on strikes. Chestnut doesn't like the call, and he goes down looking on 3 pitches. One gone in the top of the 9th inning. Doors up 6 on the Birds.
Well, you talked about how hard this kid's been throwing, and you see a pinch hitter on deck. It's Anthony McKenzie for Colby Halter's spot. That was nice.
That was epic.
That was nice.
That's what we call a top 5 epic gamer moment right there. So here's Alex Mooney. Right-handed hitting shortstop out of Duke. Had to take on Blueball for the first time tonight. First pitch to him. Curveball, finds his own, a little bit above the knees, strike one. So with McKenzie on deck, Colby Halter's night is done. It was dominant. 3 for 4, excuse me, 0-1. Fastball swing and a miss, strike two. But 3 for 4 with a 2-run home run, a couple of singles, 3 RBIs. If you're thinking you're gonna see him on Closing the Door tonight, you're right. You're right. I'll be talking to him after the game. The 0-2. Fastball fouled off. How hard do you think Blueball's throwing right now?
Well, I'd say probably, it feels fast, but I'd say like 94, 95.
I would say a 94, 95 too.
Yeah, not incredibly, but it's just we haven't seen much velocity, seen a lot of changeup and sliders, but he's a fastball guy.
0-2 the count. No one on, one gone. Doors up 6. Blueball deals. Two-seamer swung on, hits to the right side, and it fumbles with Keishel. A bad bump off the lip of the grass. Tangled Keishel. We'll find out what they ruled that, but Mooney's on first base. That was not expected.
If you were to put a straight line from directly where I was sitting to where that ball landed, I could have told you that was going to twist him up. That was so weird. We saw some weird ones at Wareham with Anthony McKenzie playing second base. That was weirder, especially for a first baseman.
I think they're still figuring out what they ruled that.
It's a one-out base runner.
Yeah,
they'll take it.
And it brings up Anthony McKenzie, the pinch hitter, for the first time tonight. There hasn't been a change on that scoreboard yet about that ruling, has it? I haven't seen anything just yet.
I believe they have ruled it a hit. That indeed is their 11th hit for the Falmouth Commodores.
No, 12th. They ruled it a hit.
There you go.
They have ruled it a hit. And Mooney is celebrating over at first base. It is his third hit on the evening. He is now 3 for 4 with a walk. Not too shabby of a night, Alex. But how about the top of the order? The 1-2 punch the Commodores bring to the table of Alex Mooney and Colby Halter getting it done tonight. Here's Anthony McKenzie, who came in for Halter. First pitch, too high, ball 1. He actually came in just now as a pinch hitter. So that's 6 combined hits from Halter and Mooney. Is that good?
1 through 3 batters on Falmouth have been doing what we thought Orleans would do.
Yeah. 1-0 misses outside, ball 2. Peyton Stillball's on deck. He has himself a hit tonight as well. Mooney leads off first. Man on, 1 gone. 2-0 the count. Doors up 6-0. Pitch, swinging a foul ball over our heads and out of play. Doinking off one of the trees and now rolling on to the road. Now making its way back off the road. There's a giant sign when we walked in that says, do not chase the foul balls that go in the road. But whoever breaks that rule is going to be one lucky fan that gets a baseball. 2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2.
An ambulance rolling by almost took that baseball out, laying on the street behind us.
Thank goodness it didn't, because the sirens were on too. Don't want to run over anything or get hit by a baseball on your way to figure something out. 2-2. Mooney goes. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Strike him out, throw him out. Yep. Mooney didn't even slide. That was picture perfect.
It didn't even matter.
No, it didn't
even matter.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. You know what? The Commodores will take the 6-0 lead instead.
Yeah.
So we go into the bottom of the 9th inning. Falmouth 6, Orleans nothing. Firebirds down to their final 3 outs as you're listening to the Cape Cod Baseball League on the Commodores Radio Network. The Commodores are 3 outs away from grabbing their 9th win of the season. in front of the Orleans Firebirds by a score of 6-0 as we are now into the bottom of the 9th inning here at Eldredge Park. Mikey Tepper now on the mound for Falmouth after Will Johnson went 1 inning, giving up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Not bad for a Commodore debut. But now it's the newest Liberty Flame on the block in Mikey Tepper, right-hander out of Fort Mill, South Carolina. First man he's facing is Jack Bolger, so a righty-on-righty matchup. Tepper has his sign from Jacob Cozart. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Bolger in left field tonight out of Vanderbilt, where he's 1 for 3. His first ever swing in Nashville, Tennessee with the Commodores, he fouled a ball off his face. He called it his welcome to Vanderbilt moment. Tepper with the 0-1. In the dirt, 1-1 now.
The Vandy Commodores.
Vandy Commodore, not Falmouth.
The Vandy
Commodores.
boys.
Can you imagine the Falmouth Commodores playing a game in Nashville, Tennessee?
What's their saying? They say for Commodores out in Vanderbilt, there's a saying they have, right? It's like the
Anchor down.
anchor down.
Anchor
Anchor
down.
down. That's what it is.
Went through a rebrand, too. They changed their V.
Yeah.
The 1-1. Swinging a line drive in the center field. Pinckney charging in, but Mooney can't get it either, coming out towards the outfield. It's a leadoff bloop single for Jack Bolger with no one gone. 6-0 your score. Falmouth in front of Orleans.
And you heard it the second that left the bat. You saw the Falmouth Commodore coaching staff say in. That's just one of those things where it's going to fall. Get the next batter.
There's just nothing you can do about it. So Logan Beard's night is officially done because coming in the pinch hit for him is Nate Perman. So another Charlotte 49er coming into the batting lineup. The other is Austin Knight, the third baseman who's hitting second. But Furman stepping into the left-handed batter's box for Beard, who finishes his night going 0 for 2 with a walk.
This kid Furman punished the Doors early in the season. Late in the game, which was game number 1, he delivered that 2-run double that put them on top after having an 0 for 3 night going up to that point.
So man on first, no one gone in this bottom half of the 9th inning. Falmouth leading Orleans 6-0. Tepper now working from the stretch, has his sign from Cozart. Righty on lefty duel. First pitch. Fastball upstairs, 1-0.
Furman from UNC Charlotte hit .371 there.
Not too shabby.
Kid knows what he's doing out there. 2 home runs, not necessarily a power guy, but a lot of runs driven in, 23. Started in all the games he played in, which were 58 of those.
Comes from Brookhaven, Pennsylvania. Next pitch too low. Ball 2.
I know you got a 6-0 lead, but you got to treat this like a safe situation. You got to
He's got to be smart.
attack, try and get that ground ball. Get another double play. Why not?
Mooney's cheating over towards that second base bag at shortstop. Stovall not so much. A little bit more at a normal depth for him. The outfield a little bit back. Boyer shaded to his right side. An open hole over there in right field. 2-0. Misses high and outside. Now 3-0 on Furman.
Well, Furman walked quite a few times. 49 times in the 2022 season. So he knows what he's doing. Is see pitching coach Landry head out to Mikey Tepper.
And Mike Landry talking things over on the mound with the Falmouth battery, Mikey Tepper and Jacob Cozart. So there's a man on first. It's Jack Bolger, got himself a leadoff single. Nobody out. 3-0 the count in the bottom of the 9th inning. Falmouth leads Orleans 6-0. Right now the Commodores sit at the bottom of the Western Division, just a point behind Wareham. But the Gatemen are going to be on their way pretty soon, more likely than not, to getting some ground on the Commodores. Right now, in 4th and 5th in the Western Division, Wareham is 8-11-3 with 19 points. Falmouth 8-12-2 with 18. Right now, the Gatemen lead the Harbor Hawks in Hyannis 12-7. So what that may mean is that Wareham grabs 2 more points, moving up to 21, and if Falmouth holds on here in Orleans, it would move itself up, but to 20. Back in action here in Eldredge Park. 3-0. Fastball, letter level, but it finds the zone, strike 1. Three and 1 the count, no one gone. Man on first. Commodores 6, Firebirds nothing. Tepper working from the stretch, gets his sign from Cozart. Kicks and fires the 3-1. Fastball swung on, hit to the left side, foul and out of play. Bouncing off the road behind us. And The count is now full on Furman, the pinch hitter.
What an effort by Tepper to at least get this to a full count. Got to be careful, but still, you got Furman on his feet right now.
Boy, would that be something if Mikey Tepper got himself a strikeout here. Has his sign. Takes a deep breath and comes set. Payoff pitch. Fastball swung on, hits to the left side. Will it get down? Yes, it will, but it's foul by a couple of inches. Travis Chestnut made a great effort over there trying to hunt it down, but lucky enough for him and the rest of the Commodores, it falls in foul territory, so we'll do the 3-2 again.
Oh, this is one of those at-bats where you got to be careful. We saw this with the leadoff hitter Honeyman back when Summers was pitching. Summers won that battle. So now I talked about how at-bats like these are destined to either end in a strikeout or a ball. Ball 4, that is. Just get the out here in any fashion if you're Mikey Tepper.
Falmouth infield, the middle infield that is, at a double play depth. Cheating that second base bag, trying to turn a double play. Walsh holding off Bolger on first base. The 3-2. Fastball misses just a bit outside for ball 4. Oh, that's the closest pitch tonight. That looked so good from here.
Even with the call, that's just something I'm shocked Furman took with a full count. Obviously not the best vantage point over here, but inning rolls on and Guillemette.
It looked good.
It looked fantastic.
It looked good in the eyes of Tepper.
Now you got to attack Guillemette here.
Garrett Guillemette, 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch, tips off the glove of Kosar. Guillemette checks his swing for ball 1. Runners go from station to station. Moving over to third base is Bolger. Over at second is Beard. Check that Furman.
They say he did not go.
So it's 1-0 on Guillemette. Will the scoreboard operator change that in left field? We don't know.
1-0.
1-0. Yep, we're just trying to, we're telling everyone 1-0. 1-0. So Tepper now going from the windup with a man on third base. There's also one on second, too. 1-0. Fastball fouled back. Now 1-1.
Well, Guillemette tonight, a single back in the second, and he grounded into a double play back in the fourth. That can't happen right now, as the count is even at 1 apiece.
There we go. They changed on the
There we
scoreboard.
go.
Thank goodness.
But he also struck out in the 7th for Abner's first strikeout.
Righty on righty matchup. 2-1, no one gone. 1-1 from Tepper. Fastball that just misses low. 2-1 now.
Man, it's one of those where you're a pitcher, you're frustrated. You want these calls. These are not necessarily the best spot, but we've seen that pitch call for a strike specifically to Jacob Walsh tonight.
2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss. Count even at 2. Runners on second and third. Bolger on third, Furman on second. 6-0 your score. Falmouth in front of Orleans with no one gone in the bottom of the 9th inning. Tepper working from the windup. Righty on righty duel. Has his sign from Kozar. Kicks and fires. Fastball. Nubbed into right center field. This one could be trouble. Pinckney coming in. He calls off Boyers and makes the grab. The throw home. There's no one coming, but man, that was a rocket from Andrew Pinckney. Holy shnikes. He would have gunned down Jack Bolger had he gone. Holy cow.
What was that?
That was filthy.
Speed. You gotta get the guns out.
That was a coming in. No
he goes with the onomatopoeia on that one. And the thing is, Pinckney's walking around. He clenches his fist, says, "Yeah, I know." And another pinch hitter here. It's going to be the outfielder, Jacob Stinson.
So Stinson coming in for Nate McLeary. There's one gone in this bottom half of the 9th inning. Stinson comes from Nevada. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. So it'll be a righty on lefty matchup. Bolger's on third, Furman on second. Six to nothing your score. Doors in front of the Birds. Mike Rabideau tells Tepper to play ball. He'll do just that. From the windup. First pitch. Fastball spiked in the dirt, bouncing off the chest protector of Cozart, and coming in to score easily is Jack Bolger. It may have taken 8 in the third innings, but finally Orleans is on the board. 6-1 is your score, 1-0 the count with 1 gone. Moving over to third base is Logan Beard in this bottom half of the 9th inning. Check that permit. I did it again. Goodness gracious.
Listen to that crowd reaction as they got their first run of the night. Not as many people on the birch behind the Orleans dugout, but people have stuck around. They want to see their Firebirds get a run.
So now Perman on third. 1-0 the count on Jacob Stinson. 1 gone. Here's the pitch. Fastball, bouncer on the left side. Tepper moves over, he picks it up, throwing off his back foot. The first, he got him. Coming in to score is Furman. The Orleans crowd doesn't like it, but you know what? The Firebirds got another run on the board. It's 6-2, bottom 9, 2 gone. I'll tell you what, this Eldredge Park crowd does not like it.
Well, they got a run there.
And they did, like I said.
He was out by 2 feet. That was a fantastic throw by Tepper.
That was beautiful.
Get the out, head back west. But it's going to be a tough out as Travis Honeyman, who is 0 for 4 on the day. He's due for something, though, so you got to be careful.
Travis Honeyman came into tonight with a .339 batting average, which is the best in the CCBL. Tonight, though, he's 0 for 4. Steps into the right-handed batter's box. So now nobody on. Base is officially cleared. 2 gone in this bottom half of the 9th inning. Falmouth up by 4. First pitch from Tepper. Fastball misses outside. Ball 1.
Doors taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks tomorrow at Gulf Fuller Field. First pitch at 6 p.m. Hope to see you there for some Friday Military Appreciation Night activities.
It's going to be awesome. Second Red Friday of the season. The 1-0. Fastball too low. 2-0 now. It's the second half of the season, and as the season goes along, each game just means so much more. Especially against a Harbor Hawks team that's second in the Eastern Division right now with 27 points. Falmouth has 18, sitting in last. 2-0 pitch. Fastball popped up right side, tailing foul and out of play. It's now 2-1.
Look at the kids chase that ball.
They're running out of time.
30 of them.
They're running out of time. Their team is down to their final out. Got to do whatever you can to get a foul ball. There's so many of them out there. For love of the game. Nobody on, 2 gone, 2-1 the count on Travis Honeyman. 6-2 is your score. Falmouth in front of Orleans in the bottom of the 9th. The 2-1. Fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2, count even. The Doors are 1 strike away from grabbing their 9th win of the season and improving to 20 points. Deuces and 2 on the scoreboard. Doors up 4, bottom 9. Honeyman back in the right-handed batter's box. Righty on righty duel. Tepper has his sign and fires. Fastball swinging a bouncer left side, foul. We'll do it again.
He was ready. He was ready. It's not Colby Halter over there, but you know McKenzie. It's a universal thing over there.
Great,
at third base.
Great third baseman. I mean, he's been all over the place. You got to give McKenzie some credit. He's seen a lot of time at second, third base, a couple of innings at short, and in left field too. Spot where he hadn't played until since he was 6 years old.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's something.
Well, he's at third right now. He and the Doors are 1 strike away from grabbing a win in Orleans. Tepper with the 2-2. Too high, count full. Orleans trying to keep this thing going. Approaching 3 hours of game time here at Eldredge Park. Honeyman back in the right-handed batter's box. Tepper with his sign from Cozart. The payoff pitch. Fastball, nubbed, popped up. Stovall under at second base, and he's got it. Doors win. Your final score from Eldredge Park, 6-2, as Falmouth improves to 9-12-2 on the season. You'll take that any day of the week. You come all this way to play baseball in Orleans, you got to get a win. And we're going home with one, partner.
Well, it wasn't a shutout, but we're calling this a complete victory because it really was. The pitching was fantastic throughout the entirety of the game. The offense was absolutely stellar as they kept the scoring going throughout the entirety of the game. Almost had a little bit of a gut punch there as they loaded the bases, but came up empty.
So it's Philip Abner that grabs the win. Taking the loss today is Ben Shields. But the Doors go back in the win column, winning 4 of their last 5. Trying to keep the good times rolling tomorrow night, taking on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks back at Gov Fuller Field. We'll have you for first pitch at 6 o'clock. It always kicks off with our telecast with Opening the Door. We hope you can join us right here at this link at youtube.com/Falmouth Commodores. But that's going to do it from Eldredge Park in Orleans. Your final score tonight, Commodores 6, Firebirds 2, with Logan Safarenko and our field reporter Carter Bainbridge. I'm Trey Redfield saying thanks so much for joining us.